Welcome to my life. My mother always says that I will be late to my own funeral, and she's not wrong. If I've got anything to do with it, she is not wrong. If you have been just loitering about and checking to see when my live is going to start, thank you so much for being patient because I was having a couple of tech problems. I was trying to get my Sony vlogging camera hooked in so I could use that as the camera because I've been watching Steve Brockie have some pretty sharp live, visuals, audio, everything. So anyway, I've plugged in a better microphone tonight and just playing with the tech. So please do let me know if anything, like if you can't hear or it's too loud or something like that, because it's just all one big experiment here, really, actually, isn't it? YouTubering. So thank you for joining me. This is, in fact, my first solo live. So I feel a little bit like, I don't know, there's just too much space. That's what it feels like. And yeah, but I have got a few things to cover and to talk to you about tonight. So let's just get underway. And if you want to say hi in the chat, that'll be cool. And yeah, we'll just take it as it comes and all of that kind of stuff. So the three things, my name is Karen, if you don't know my first name. And the three things I want to cover off tonight are I want to talk about my Skool Community, which is probably about 2 weeks old now, and my new shorts strategy, or you could say non-strategy. And also I want to talk about just a couple of lives that are coming up in the next couple of days. A few things, actually, a few fun things coming up in the next few days. So yeah, let us just get underway. So anyway, the first thing is my Skool Community. And I don't know if you've already got your own Skool Community or you are a part of some other Skool communities. I'm sure at the very least you'll be part of some other Skool communities. But I've just started my own one on the $9 hobby creator plan, $9 a month, which is a massive reduction from the $99 a month plan that Skool has been in the last year that it's been in existence. So it's a good deal. It's a good deal. So hi, Steph. How's your dinner going? Have you got your dinner all sorted yet? Alrighty, I will just try and do a share screen and just show you a little bit in the Skool Community because, yeah, it's pretty fun. It's pretty fun. Okay, let's go share screen. Okay, and I think that I will pick, let's go for a Chrome tab. Actually, let's go for entire screen. Truly, I don't really know how to work this that well. Let's go for the Chrome tab. All right, share. And oh my goodness me. Right, let us just push that up there. But why is it doing that? That's the question, isn't it? That is the question. Let's try something else. Okay, let's just go Skool. So once I've got that up, I'll come back here and I just need to figure that out again, how to get that onto the stage. StreamYard is sharing my screen. Let's just go stop that screen and let's try that. Share screen. Okay, there. And let's go window. Maybe we'll try that. Oh my goodness, why is it doing that? I'm not sure. I don't think you can see this yet, actually. So please do just bear with me. Let's go. I think I've got to do something. What do I have to do there? I don't know. I don't know what I do there. Let's go stop sharing. Leave the studio. I feel like leaving the studio, the little mucking around. Okay, share the screen. Let's try this again. Screen sharing tips. Let's go window. Let's go entire screen. I might try entire screen. And if I come here, I wonder if you can see that. I wonder if you can see that. Mm-mm. I don't like the way it does that, and it goes screen within a screen within a screen within a screen. Oh, amazing, amazing. What are you having for dinner? What are you having for dinner? Um, right, let's go show the comments on the screen. Um, I have done this before, believe it or not. Let's just go remove there. Let's just try one more time. Share the screen. Do I need help? Yeah, it does look like I need help, doesn't it? Um, oh, let's go there. Let's go there. Oh my goodness, we could be, we could be onto something, and I think we're onto something. Hopefully, you can now see my Skool community. So it is called YouTube over 40. I know, I know. News flash, new YouTube over 40. So that is me. That's how you find us. And let's just have a look at the kind of stuff that we've got. All right. So if you are not familiar with Skool, let's just imagine that you might not be familiar with being inside the skool.com platform. And can you see here, over in this corner here, powered by Skool? So it's Skool, skool.com. So I have got, so basically it's a community platform, and it's a really collaborative platform, and it is welcomed for people in the communities to post their, you know, just post their own stuff and contribute and respond to what other people are posting. And there are categories. So the categories that I have got, you can see all, well, got general discussion, document your journey, what's your channel. So at the moment, we've got general discussion, and obviously there's been a new comment. So this is Bobby, LT is Bobby, and she has gone and put this post here about a few weeks ago. She started a new YouTube channel. She did this new one in a bit of a hurry, and so she didn't write down the passwords and Wow, okay, just amazing. Just had internet go out. Oh my Lord, all right. So I'm just gonna try and change this circly thing here. Yeah, we just literally had internet go out, which we never do have that. But I don't know what this black circle is, so I'm just gonna try and remove it. Thanks, Steph. Hey, Lucy, I know. Yep, get back to work, Lucy, get back to work. I'm just gonna try and I'm hotspotting my phone now. I'm just gonna try and get rid of this little circly thing because it's really weirding me out. Let's just go to style. What are we doing? Okay, right. Okay.
My Wi-Fi's come back on.
All right. So anyway, hotspotting. Okay, where were we? Thank you. Thank you so much. Now, see, these are the things. These are the things that scare people about going live, because internet can go down and all kinds of stuff. So that was freaky. But if you're still here, thank you so much. I will just go back to the comments. Right. Okay. Oh, it looks funky. Does it look funky now? I mean, Steph, does it look? I haven't done it yet. Plus, I want to start my Skool Community. Plus, I need to work to pay my rent. Plus, I don't want to feel so tired, so I can create. Am I just complaining? Not really. I mean, those are just facts. Those are absolutely facts, Steph. So has it come back? Funky as in a cool circle. Hey, Dave, I've just had some internet issues, but I'll try not to go on about that. But I think that it's just all looking a little bit normal now. So anyway, these are exactly the things that worry me. You got it, Lucy. Do you know what? I have to say, out of all of the lives that I've done, I've not had the internet go down. And the only thing that I can think why the internet has gone down is because it's something like 8:48 at night or something. I don't know. I mean, people are always on their internet, aren't they? Every single night. But that's the weird. Thanks, Dave. Circle is gone now. Great. Yeah, it's never done that before. And literally the whole house, we had to turn the internet off and bring it back on. But you know what? As much as I wanted to go and run and hide under this desk here, I didn't, because I thought it actually doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. Thank you for your patience. And yeah, I'll just keep on going. So what I was talking about is the Skool Community. So 3 things I want to talk about tonight. The Skool Community, some lives that I've got coming up over the next few days, and sort of the switch up in shorts strategy that I've done. Not that it's really a strategy, but we'll get to that. But anyway, I will try and share my screen right now. And hey, Catherine, I've been having some internet issues. The Wi-Fi and everything just went down. They do? No drama. Right. Okay. So let us go to Skool. Let's go to Skool. I'm going to try and do a share screen, and I'll just, just have a little bit play around in there. Which one should we try? Let's go this one here. I think we'll try that one. Share. So here, just go skool.com. So my community is called at youtube.com. So, sorry, at youtubeover40.com. And basically this is what it looks like. Are you part of any Skool communities at the moment, or do you have your own Skool community, or are you planning to have one? And if not on Skool, maybe on somewhere else, potentially like Stan or Rob the Maritimer said he uses Kajabi for his community platform. So this is what it looks like in here anyway. So there's the community section with all, and you've also got the classroom. So in the classroom, I've just gone and put some little freebie, little PDF things for people who might be quite brand new beginners. There's a calendar in here. And on Sunday night, my time, I'm doing a coffee hour. So a coffee hour is one of the offerings, if you like, with Skool. So Sam Ovens, one of the owners, or the OG really, he really recommends a few different things. But one of them is have a coffee hour and just do it every week, and just open invitation, and whoever wants to grab a coffee or a tea and just come sit and hang out. That's what that's about. So I'm doing my first one on Sunday night. The members, here are the members here. There's a map that you can make visible or not visible. The fun thing about the map is apparently it's for, I found it quite useful to have a look to see what time I wanted to make my coffee hour. And I just thought, look, whoever knows who's going to come to any of those, particularly at the beginning and with your first one. But it sort of helped me have a little look around to see, what time would be good for me, what time would be good for, I think I might have picked a bit of Europe and New Zealand and Australia friendly time, because I do lots of lovely catching up with my American friends, and we do that live on USA Friday nights. So that's that. There's the leaderboard, which I'm not really sure too much what that's about. And then there's just like a little about. But the community is just a place where anyone can post anything. So we've got like a general discussion category. These tabs are called categories. We've got a document your journey and what's your channel, for people just to put down, what their channel name is. And then we've just got here, there's a lot of people actually, by the way, that aren't real people, lots of spamming that comes through. I'm not saying that Elise is definitely a spammer. And you can see today I've just gone straight for the chase, like, hi Elise, what's your channel? Because there's quite a few spammy ones coming from Paris. And, you can just like block them or report them. I have had a pretty good go at engaging them in conversation. And, these people definitely do not match up to these photographs that they seem to have found on the internet. So there is that. But anyway, I'm super enjoying that. I'm also part of some other communities too. And let's just go up and have a look which one's there. Revealers, Reva Reveals, this is hers. And yeah, she is doing lots of stuff in her community, and she is doing quite a bit of collaboration with other, probably I'd say quite successful YouTubers, like people that she knows. She is getting them to do some presenting and some teaching to her community. So that is jam-packed, full of value. There's Mr. Urbanowski in there. And who else's community am I in? What's up, Boomer? So Phil, he has just started in the last week, and he's got some fun stuff there. And he is in somewhere like Las Vegas or somewhere like that, where you can do gambling and stuff. So yeah, I will stop sharing there, and we'll come back. And hopefully the comments are coming back. Yes, Lucy. Yeah, I'm really excited about the coffee hour, actually. Yes, you're the one heading off to bed shortly at this time. Lovely live this morning, Catherine. You did a really, really nice job. Boom, fresh off your, I want to say sabbatical, but it was only a week. It was only a week, wasn't it? So fresh off your little break and straight into the lives. And that was really nice. Yeah. Hey, Dave. So school is fun. The second thing I want to talk about is just like an interesting live. I'm really, really lucky to be going on a live with Reva Reveals tomorrow, and she is interviewing Learn with Trey. So I might just bring him up. I think he's got a couple of silver plaques. And let's have a look. What's up, Boomer? Watch this. So I think he got monetized, I believe, after only 7 videos. So we'll just see here. Let's just go YouTube, and we'll just look up at Learn with Trey. So here he is here at Learn with Trey, and this is his channel. So yeah, here he is. He is a YouTuber teaching YouTubers, and yeah, he's got Book Hill One-on-One, yeah, 29K subscribers, and as we can see, he's only got 6 videos that he's done, but you can kind of see his little silver plaques behind there. So yeah, that'll be really, really exciting because that's a Q&A, and he is full of, like, he's no fluff, because I think that a lot of YouTubers teaching YouTube have just got quite a bit of fluff, and you hear quite a bit of the same things. But Trey is really, really no fluff. I quite like his sense of humor. He's quite funny, and he knows his stuff. And so, yeah, that's exciting. So that is tomorrow. Another few lives this week. So tomorrow night, well, actually, it's Saturday morning for me. In 2 days' time, I'm doing a live with some of the American ladies, and then the coffee hour on Sunday night. But I'm really looking forward to the live tomorrow, and really looking forward to the coffee hour. So that should be super, super fun. So speaking of Trey, if we have a bit of a look down here, you can see how he's talking about YouTube Shorts. Okay. Now, before I say anything about YouTube Shorts, because I have been really into doing shorts, and I've done quite a bit of Opus clips, and I've even just done some, what do you call it? Maybe native. Do you call it native now when you just make an intentional YouTube short? So I've made quite a few, just a YouTube short for the sake of making a little quick snippet of a vertical video. So I had quite a lot of those, but actually what I've done now is I have just privated them all. And the reason why I've privated them all is because I don't want to delete anything. Apparently, I don't know. I've just heard, like everything, apparently it does, not good things for your channel if you delete videos. So I try not to do that. So I've just privated them all. And I watched a video of Kevin Colby as well. He about 7 months ago. So I've just watched it recently. I did actually watch it many months ago, but I've just rewatched it recently just because I thought, oh, that'll be interesting to see what he says about YouTube Shorts. And so Trey is also talking about YouTube Shorts, how they hurt your channel, part 2, how YouTube Shorts hurt your channel. And then he's also done a live where he's talking again about what to do if YouTube Shorts hurt your channel. So anyway, there we go. There's a silver plaque. So look, for me, YouTube is an ever moving feast, it doesn't stand still, like something that, like I'm definitely, like, I'm so no expert, like everyone watching this, has got more subscribers than me. So I don't know anything, but I'm always trying stuff and experimenting. So yeah, I've been happy to dive into shorts, but now I just thought, to be honest, I've seen my subscriber count really slow down. I have definitely seen it slow down. I'm not too worried about that, partly because I hear that across the board, a lot of people are finding that they're getting a little bit less reach, and the subs growth is, is a bit slower than it normally is. So that's okay, but I'm definitely not wanting to do anything that's going to, really meddle with, um, my channel and stuff. So I just thought, you know what? I'm just going to private them all. And I just looked up how to bulk private them, like 30 at a time. And I just did that. And yeah, I'll just see how that goes for 6 months. In the meantime, I do quite like the shorts format. So I've just opened up a TikTok, and I just thought I might just play around on there a little bit, because I have had a perfume TikTok before. And so I did, I don't know, is it a love-hate TikTok? You know, I can't be a hypocrite and say I hate it if I've just signed up to my second TikTok account, can I? So I won't say that I hate it. but it's just that you can't spend too much time on it either, because then it's just like you literally feel like that emoji where that your face is like melting into the concrete. You know, the little melting face one where so that's what TikTok, I'm afraid of that. I'm afraid of TikTok. So, but I just thought that I'd on the quiet, and I saw that Rob the Maritimer has also got a TikTok. So here's a friend, here's someone I know. So I like latched onto his account and, you know, interacted with his videos and things like that. And I saw I've got a little notification back, but I don't think he does too much on TikTok, but he has got a definite presence there. So I thought I'd just play around with that. So yeah, that's the little update on the shorts. We'll stop sharing there. And my subscriber count, Steph. Okay, your subscriber count has slowed down too. Because what are you, Steph? I want to say, I know that you're at least 1,000, but you could be several thousand. I think you are. I think you might be several thousand. But that's interesting, isn't it? I've seen Trey. He's funny. He is funny. He's funny, man. So yes, I'm a little bit. I haven't started thinking about some questions yet because I've been rewatching his videos, but I'm a little bit intimidated about what questions to ask. So I'm just really hoping that people in the chat, and there'll be a lot of people in the chat, thank goodness, those two heavyweights bringing the people. So I'm really hoping that he'll have heaps to say, just straight from the hip. Reva will have heaps to say, straight from the hip. Reva calls her community revealers. There'll be some revealers in there, so they'll all be engaging. But yeah, so I'm going to try not to be intimidated about asking some questions. Don't forget to give a like. Yes, thank you, Dave. I'm not a big fan of shorts. Yeah. Let's shorts can be annoying. Actually, I'm just going to try and see if I'm comment on the screen if it will go. Show. I don't know why it's not showing. It's gonna have a wee look. See there. Style. Show headlines. Comment. I don't know. It should just be comment there. But anyway, not a big fan. So why not a short say? This is fascinating. I did also got my first from then sharing them because the difference. Yes, and I did see very dramatically, step down, just sort of saying Has that come back up? I know. I'm just having the best time. Having the best time. I'm sure you are too. I'm sorry about that, guys. But what were we talking about? We're talking about YouTube Shorts. Yeah, I think you're good. Oh my goodness. Oh my God. You're so nice, Steph. Still being here. Okay. Yep. Right. Steph, do you do YouTube Shorts? And Dave, what do you mean by it hurts your watch time? I agree with you because I've been hearing that. But what are you finding? Nice. Thanks, Lucy. And hello, Reva. I don't think I've said hello properly to you because everything was going a little bit funny. Hardly done any shorts. Yep. And is that just because I started off my channel doing no shorts, and then I just started experimenting with it, and then I got the Opus clips and then started doing quite a few, mainly because of time. Yep. Yeah, that's true. And Steph, do you mind reminding me how many subs you've got? I feel like you've got a few thousand. But yeah, so yeah, YouTube Shorts. That topic might well come up tomorrow with Trey, because he probably about half of his videos that he's done on YouTube Shorts. So yeah, I'm sure that is going to come up. 1954. Wow, good for you. That's nice. 45 more to get to your 2K. That's so good. That's so good. And I think you're monetized as well. So Aussie English with Steph. Steph makes really lovely videos teaching English in a really natural way, in a way that I would love to kind of like refresh my French, I would like a French version of Steph. So I think I might have already asked you that question before, Steph. Are there any like good channels that you recommend that are just like yours, where you're just naturally, you're traveling around, you're out for a walk, you're pointing things out, and you're being very conversational but clear? Oh gosh, not back yet. Oh wow, okay. So my internet, I'm not monetized. Oh, not yet. The watch hours are hard, right? Yeah. So Dave, are you saying that you can't see me? That's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. But yes, okay. All right. Lucky you, Dave. Nice one. So yeah, and you know what else too? The other school of thought that I've been really seeing about that is that, of course, YouTube are a business, and Trey's been saying this. YouTube are a business, and of course they're trying to compete, right? Like every social media platform is trying to be everything to everybody, right? Like what they don't have, they then start bringing in and sort of, and even giving incentives. What was the most recent incentive that I saw from YouTube? Wasn't it that they would pay you some money if you started a community within a certain time period, something like that? Because I think they wanted to really get their community function going. There are quite a few charming channels like English by Jay and Volker. Oh, nice. So these people are all doing teaching English, are they? People have short attention spans. Yeah, they do. Yep. But yeah, so getting back to what I was saying, Trey was pointing out that, like, YouTube, of course, they're the ones making money off people's shorts. Like, that's why you've got to have, what is it? Something like, is it 3 million views in a 3-month period? It's something like that, right? It's quite huge. It's like you've really got to have a YouTube Shorts channel to be hitting those kinds of numbers. But he pointed out that YouTube are the ones making money from doing that, from having shorts. But really, the other thing is no, that doesn't affect your long form videos, does it? So like if you get like, I don't know, let's say me, if I get a minute and a half average view duration, that's coming purely from that video. unless, of course, you've got the analytics that mix it all up, maybe. Don't do TikTok, not a fan. Yeah, I know. It's a bit cabbage. It's a bit cabbage, TikTok. Yeah, it didn't probably feel good, but I just thought, oh, it'll be quite fun just to see. I don't know, maybe I'll do like a month or something just on the quiet, but yeah. And there's pieces of French, another channel. Oh, okay, good. Nice. So, Dave, are you back at home now or are you still traveling? And Steph, what part of Australia are you in? Such a beautiful country. All the Kiwis are moving over, of course, even more than normal. So, yeah, Lucy, if you are still there, these are definitely things that can happen. This is the first time that these internet issues have happened, and there's only 3 people in the house, and 2 of them are watching Netflix in the lounge, and it's just me on the internet, and our internet goes down. And you know what? And I've even got the Ethernet. Like just hardwired in. So these are the things that can happen. But we remain alive. I can see you. Yep. Like north of Sydney. Nice one. Nice one, Steph. Shorts as intros to my long form and see if I can reinvigorate a long form that has stopped being shared as an experiment. Doing shorts as intro to my long form. Do you mean like clipping bits of your long form video and then they're standalone shorts, or are you talking about actually making like a native, like an intentional YouTube short to promote that video? Yes, nice. You are still here. Yeah. So that is something else that I've been thinking about too. I've been thinking with my Opus Clips subscription, like I was excited about, great, I can ditch out of that now because I just have the month to month anyway. But then I thought, well, actually, do I want to get those clips and do I want to try them on TikTok? But then TikTok is pretty, you're not mucking around. It's all very formulaic. So I'm not quite sure whether any of mine will translate over into something that people are going to watch on TikTok. So was anyone on Rob the Maritimer's live yesterday that he does these big long 3-hour lives? I was thinking of doing that. The short is a trailer to the big one. Yeah, do it. Experiment. Absolutely. Yep, intentional. Or a clip of the long form. Yeah, because, it's pretty easy, isn't it, actually, just to go in there and just find your bit and then just and take that. You don't need to have like 10 or 15, which you're never going to use anyway off Opus Clips, because that's the amount that gives you. I've been experimenting with Riverside, which will clip up for you too. Yep. Yep, back from holiday now, back into the real life there, Dave. Well, I hope you're still I'm sure you are, still gonna get out with your DJI Osmo Pocket 3 and off to the coffee shops and doing some fun stuff. Yeah, Rob is amazing. I asked him this morning because actually I'm in 2 paid communities now. Like that's quite a big leap for me. I've never been in any paid communities, but one of them is Reavers and the other one is Rob the Maritimer. And yeah, so I decided to make the leap into there. So Rob the Maritimer, like I try and catch some of his on like yesterday, but also he's got a members only one that he does every 2 weeks. So that was this morning. And he said he had his most ever people on that today, which was 23. He was happy when it got to 18 and then it got to 23. And I had a chance to ask him, like, when he gets to 100K, is he going to do a special live? And maybe that's something that, his community his community can all promote, and we can just really put the word out there for anyone who happens to maybe not know who he is, and then he can have like a super big epic live. I don't know Opus Clips. Yeah, so I'll show you what Opus Clips looks like, just because what could possibly go wrong when I try and share a screen. So let's go there. Let's go share. Okay, cool. We can see that. And I will go Opus Clips. This clip. Cool. And this is mine. And basically what it is like I've got a month-to-month sub and you just get credits. About a couple of months ago, I wanted to get a few more credits. It was cheaper to go up from the basic plan to the pro. And then you know how you then forget about the fact that you've hooked yourself up to a slightly more expensive plan. So it was $12 a month. I think that's US. And then the pro plan, I suddenly saw $23 on my invoice. And so I had a look into it. And of course, I didn't drop it down from pro. So I have actually now just, I think I've just gone back to them and just said to them, oh, can you drop me down or something? But anyway, they give you credits and they do expire. Like you can see here, I don't have any that expire in 4 days, but I've got 272. So a credit is a minute and they expire in 25 days. And then I haven't been using them so much. So I've got all of these here. But basically what happens is you can put your link in there, then you go get clips, and you can see here that I've gone and made clips of the videos. And and then you can just kind of pick the style that you want, like whether you want Ali Abdal's sort of, what do you call it, captions, or Think Media, or Alex Hormozy, all of that. So Opus Clips takes shorts. It uses AI to clip shorts from your long form videos. And so that's what that is. And oh, amazing. Look at this. Lucy, you're doing Rob's live course, which starts tonight. Wowee, good for you. Good for you. Yes. Because what was that? Is that $197? Is it US as the opening special? Hi, Krista. Look, my shorts strategy is kind of like the non-shorts strategy, or it's the shorts non-strategy. I've just been watching some videos recently. I always was just experimenting with shorts, but now I've just privated them all because I think it's just caught my eye, a bunch of creators like Learn with Trey, Trey, at Learn with Trey. He talks quite a lot about how shorts hurt your channel. And then Kevin Colby, I did watch his one 7 months ago, but I've rewatched it recently. And I just thought, and then I noticed some other big creators haven't been doing shorts lately. And then look, my subs have slowed down and things like that. I have been making these videos, but I thought, what the hey, it's not like I'm deleting, because that's like, apparently, if that's true or not, we're not supposed to be deleting videos. YouTube don't like that. So I've just made them all private. So I did that a day or two ago. So no shorts on my channel, but also I'm just having a little play with TikTok and I'm putting some shorts on there and just, I don't know, maybe for a month or so, I'll just see how that goes. So that's what that is. Having coffee now, thinking you are psychic. Well, yes, this is tea, but similar. Hoping to build up my confidence and tech skills to try some lives of my own. Yeah, I mean, at its essence, at its simplest, we can just use our phones, right? and we can do it vertically, or like obviously we can just use the webcam on our laptops. I have got is it called a webcam? Just the inbuilt camera. And I'm using like a little webcam that I've had for a few years. I used to have it for work, but I'm using that. But yeah, at its most basic, we can use our phones. But that's really exciting, Lucy, that you're doing that. I might try Opus Clips. Yeah, do it. 197. Yes. Yep, 197. Wow, that's so cool, because he's got lots of bonuses as well in there as well, hasn't he? Like extra videos and support for like 6 months or so, isn't it? Is that right? You know that I don't do shorts either, right? And I made mine private a few months ago. Yeah, exactly. Some people are slow learners. Yep, I own that. I own that label. I'm a slow learner. But it's fun to experiment, and I always just try and go, oh well. I mean, look, I'd hate to do something that did some like serious, side kicking damage to my channel, but hopefully I've only done shorts for a few months, but yeah, that's so great to the live course. Totally right. I'm pushing the heart button. See you tonight. See you, Reva. Thanks. Love you too. I'm very limited with tech. I'm a simple guy. Yeah, I know. Me too. Me too. I'm limited with tech. But I've just seen, have you guys been watching Steve Brocky? I've been watching him and I think, flip, that guy is doing so well. Like, he's doing so well on his videos, but he's doing really, really well on his lives, because he's actually like plugging in the microphones and he's plugging in an actual camera. And I just thought, I was asking him the other day, what camera are you using? Are you using a camera? Are you using a webcam? I don't think he saw my comment, but then I saw him on Rob's live just saying that, yes, he is plugging in a camera and he is just plugging his microphone into the computer and things like that. So they are all fiddly using different things. So that is friction. That's the truth. That's friction. When sheer reality, I don't really believe that people super care about that, right? Like, they don't care about, like, unless you've got really a bad inbuilt webcam in your laptop. I mean, it's like, yeah, people just don't really care. They're carrying on with their lives while they might be listening or half listening or something. 10 million views. Oh, wow. Yeah, I know. Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, 10 million. So you've got to have a shorts channel to be hitting that. Hello, Peter. Good morning. Good morning. Hello, stranger. Haven't seen you in ages and ages. We're missing you on our lives. I want to do Rob's course, but I feel too busy right now. So do you teach English during the day, Steph? Are you like a school teacher, or have you got like a regular, like non-teaching sort of job? Yeah, or are you teaching English? Morning. Morning. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. How do you say that? Khaleesi. Is it Khaleesi? Is that how you pronounce that name? But I figured out about shorts was quite by accident. I uploaded some of my shorts of my grandkids and the subs went crazy. Those subs only wanted baby clips and weren't into the long format video. Yep, absolutely. That's right. Yeah. And so I guess I was happy to experiment with them, because I thought, I don't know, just shiny object, just try it. And also, I did notice that when I first started putting them on, so I think they just like maybe throw you a few like pity points or something, YouTube, because I definitely noticed that it was like, I don't know, when I say a few subs, I'm saying maybe 5, like when I did a bit of like 5 in a row or something. Like, for me, that's a big jump. Like, normally I'll get 2 or 3 a week or something like that. So I thought, oh, okay, that's interesting. Like, you are getting some subs, but I don't think that is the case. Not the case for me anyway. I don't get the live emails. Well, you don't get the live emails just because I wanted to just let you be just doing your thing for a couple of weeks. But we're on Friday night, or which is probably your, so I think you've only missed one. Actually, there was one that you couldn't come to on the day, and then you didn't get the live email after that because I thought, oh look, I'm just putting pressure by asking people all the time, so I didn't send you one. But you know that you're always welcome. You're permanently invited, Peter. You know that. Like, I shouldn't even have to say that, but we're on this weekend. I just was waiting for you to like pop your head back in, or just say, you just like clear the decks a little bit of your projects. And so because of that, my CTR and watch time began going down fast. Not only that, I'm not monetized and the shorts were doing nothing for me except false engagement from subs. Yep. Yeah, watch time. So can you explain that? Krista, like how shorts affect the click-through rate and watch time? Is it because it's overall? Is it the shorts watch time and the long watch time mixed in together gives you an average watch time across all of the types of your videos? Or I teach primary school. Wow. Yep, that's full on. I used to be a primary school teacher too. Live streams are fun to do. Just got to start. It's nerve-wracking at first, almost like starting YouTube all over again. It's the fear of the unknown. Yeah, that's right. Yep. I mean, this is my first solo one. So I was very nervous about this one in a way that I'm not nervous about, doing lives with other people. So I was just like really nervous. And I was using like a little bit of new tech, and I was trying to use my camera screen. I thought, you know what, it's just really good to push myself and to make myself do scary things. When I'm telling people that, okay, you find something a bit scary, well, just do it anyway. Just dip your toe in there, and you won't, blow up in a puff of dust or anything. So then I was trying to reassure myself that I wasn't blowing up in a puff of dust when my internet was going down before and all of those things. So, I'm just trying to kind of like just, eat my own cooking over here. And not only that, Karen, I started getting really weird comments about the baby shorts, strangers wanting to get close to my family. Yeah, I know. Just what are people even doing? This live that you're doing now is actually what I would like to do with my community subscribers too. Yes, I do. Yeah, which is really nice. It's perfect for a casual chat, and growth will happen. Yes. Do you know what, Steph? So many of my, friends on YouTube are all doing like lives just on their own. And it's completely different to doing them with other people. But I don't know, just once the internet went down the second time after that, I was just sipping my tea thinking I need something stronger. But I'm sticking with the herbal tea. And I just thought, you know what? If anyone's here or not here, this is just really okay. And this is an experience to have. It's just important. But yeah, totally, Steph. Totally. And that is what the coffee meetups are about too, in the Skool Community once a week. And like, apparently that's just a really, really successful format, because you just make it and either one person comes at the beginning or no one comes. You try a different time next week. And yeah, you just like build up your resilience and just keep on, booking it in and things like that. If you send me the emails, I will send you the emails. I'm in a better place. If I'm feeling tired, there's no pressure. Absolutely. That's the one, mate. Definitely. Yep. Yes, I was a primary school teacher a long time ago. Doing my first live in 10 days. Okay. Is this on your birthday? Because I think that I'm remembering that your birthday, I think, is it between the 5th and the 10th, like the 7th, 8th, or maybe even, is it the 9th? No. Is it on your birthday, Peter? I think it is. I think all the girls were challenging you to do it on your birthday, weren't they? Nervous but excited. I know. Like, I don't know, once you get going, the butterflies are like slightly just in some peaceful formation. I think that's what's happening. If you're not monetized, you do not get any watch time from shorts. Totally right. Yeah, that's right. They don't combine anything. Exactly. If a video, that's exactly right. I was not hoping for any watch time. Like, obviously, it just doesn't count. So I did learn to look at the valid watch hours, which is the longs only, isn't it? Taking the shorts off there. Yes, it's your birthday on the 7th. Wow, good. So, yeah, you're going to have to get the little scheduled, do a thumbnail, schedule it, and we'll all promote it, and we'll come on and scare the living daylights out of you because it's your birthday. So, and do you know what else too? Yeah, good luck, Peter. You'll be great. You'll be so good. And do you know what else I think too? I think, like, I'm just feeling quite peaceful about the fact that, you know, Steph, you're here, Peter, Krista, Lucy, Dave, you know what I mean? It's just like, there's nothing scary about you guys, you know what I mean? So then you just kind of go, okay, it's just fine. So what is the time so that I don't keep everybody? So should we go for about, oh, look at that time. Okay. Should we go for about another 5 or 10 minutes? And I really, really do thank you for your very generous time tonight and just being so patient with me with all the stuff. Yeah, do it. Do it. So, right. So, Steph, when do you think that you might start? Like, when do you think that you might do your first live? Have you thought about that? And Lucy, what about you? Have you got a bit of a date in mind? Because I'm sure Rob is just going to say, just get off the starting blocks like now already, and he's going to really encourage you guys to just do it. I bet that'll be homework. It might be homework for the week. Just got to start. What about you, Dave? How many lives are you doing at the moment? Like, are you doing like one a week or? Oh, you're so nice, Dave. Honestly, I'm really, it's it's just a different kind of relaxed energy, isn't it? Just like just when things happen and stuff like that. But I'm just like, hang on a second, it's just you guys. Like, you're cleaning your houses, or you're having a coffee, or you're making your food, or clean up, or whatever, and you're half listening and you're half doing other stuff. So it's just, is that the MV7? It is the MV7 Plus, the cheaper one. Okay, I was going to start Sunday sessions lives on a Sunday afternoon. I was going to start a few weeks ago. All right. So this weekend is obviously out of the question, is it? What do you reckon? What do you reckon, Steph? Do you reckon you might do it next weekend? Tell us. So then we can like nibble at your heels and just be like, Steph, remember, like little accountability. I could be your little accountability annoying friend. I love the color. Peter, yes, the white. That's what I really like about it too. I think they just, I think I like it. White's good. And and it's distinguishing itself from the black super fancy one. Yes, Steph. Yes, it is in train already. Yeah. You do need to dive in. I reckon you need to dive in. And do you know what else too? What about people who are super brave and they just spontaneously go live? Who's done that? Who's spontaneous? Yeah, deep end styles, man. Like just that Australian outback spirit, just that Australian, that Steve Irwin. Okay. I don't know why I'm thinking of Steve Irwin. Why? I tell you why I'm thinking of Steve Irwin. I saw on Trade Me, or did I see? I saw in the newspaper that someone is selling Steve Irwin's old Jeep. That's why he's coming to mind. Yeah, dive in. Oh my goodness. Yes. Hi, Rob. This is my first solo live, and it's been It's been a terrible start to it. My internet went down twice, and I don't know, all that stuff. And I'm trying something a little bit different, like actually plugging in a microphone that I've got, because I always look at you and your super crispy audio and your super crispy visuals. And I even tried with my Sony ZV-1, and I practiced last night as well to use that as the camera. And then tonight, I just thought, oh my God, I just couldn't really handle the way I just looked different. It was just, I don't know, it was a vanity thing. I'm like, oh my God, I'm just not used to it. So I chickened out of doing that, but I am using a microphone which feels a bit scary and new. But yeah, people have been so patient with me. But this is my first solo one, so it's like freaky. Dive in, Steph. Yeah, girl, dive in. Spontaneous live. That's the one. That is the one. I love it. Do you think you'll do it on Saturday, or do you think you'll do it on Sunday? Actually, Sunday. You said Sunday. I know. We've been talking about you, Rob. We've been talking about, I said that if Rob does a live on his 100Ks, it's all down to my suggestion. It never occurred to him. No, I didn't say that. But I did say that I was like gutsy enough just to say, why don't you do it? Why don't you do it at 100K? But, you never really want to like talk about that too much, because as you say, you just sort of feel grateful for every day, and just how well your videos are received by people. But I don't think you're going to say anything to offend anyone, and they're all going to go away. Yeah. Jumped in a few other people's lives. Just jumped in. Right. What does that mean? Jumped in. Do you mean like, have they just sent you the link and you've just jumped in? Oh, yeah. Rob, I did say that, you'd get a lot of promotion. People would be promoting it a lot. Oh, you're really nice, Steph. But yeah, I know. Like, honestly, Rob, the second time that the internet went down, the internet never goes down. And I've even got the Ethernet cord plugged, hardwired in. And the other, my husband and my son, they're watching Netflix. They're not even like on their phones or computers or anything. And the Wi-Fi just went down twice tonight. After the second one, I just thought, I don't want to go back. I don't want to go back, because I don't know. It just felt too freaky. But I thought, I'll just go back, because that's the right thing to do. And they're just friends. They're friends in there. Yeah, when problems happen. And you know what? I literally just thought, no, eat my own cooking. Like, I'm telling people to do scary things that they don't want to do. So, where are my chops? Like, really? I've not done any lives since the school holidays, but we'll be continuing soon to once a week at least. Yeah. Yeah, they're very relaxing, your lives, Dave. So get some colour in your life, Dave Lowe. Dave is a watercolour artist and a very accomplished one, and he teaches people, and he's very generous with, like, giving people lots of tips, and everyone's always got lots of questions for him and everything. But he does lives, doing his paintings, and that's quite, I don't know, what's the word? Cerebral. It's peaceful. It's very peaceful. Spontaneous is spontaneous. She doesn't know what day if it's spontaneous. I want to know what the spontaneous day is, Krista. Just sent the link and I joined the panel. I didn't have it live on my channel. It was just theirs. Yeah. Sent the link. Right. That would be someone just sending it from their phone, I guess, wouldn't it? Yeah, that's an idea. I'll be doing that. I'll do that next time. I'll have it all teed up onto an empty email. I'll just go, right, your email, and bang, bang, and we'll just do it. Let's try it. Murphy's Law. Yeah, I know. Mrs. Paula going live while washing dishes. Well, that is exactly right. Now, one of the ladies, her name was Donna, and she was a knitter, and she came in on our group live last Friday night, and she was saying, I'm really interested in lives and how do you do it and everything. Oh my goodness. Okay, right. So Rob, you do know Lucy, but we've got Lucy on, and Lucy has bought your course. Let's pop Lucy's name up. We've been talking. Here she is. Here she is, Lucy, on leadership and life, has bought your course. So I'm guessing that you may be setting some homework, and people may have to like actually go live like within a week or something like that. So we've been having quite a bit of fun with that. That's exciting. That's exciting. When problems happen. Yeah, Mrs. Paula. Yes. So anyway, so this lady Donna, we just said to her, yeah, knitting, do the knitting things. What do they call that as well? Is it called body doubling? Where if you do like, I think that name come about from students studying, and so they didn't feel so alone. So they were tuning in to other students studying, which is quite phenomenal, isn't it? Because I was actually saying to my husband, I said, oh, back in our day, you'd go to the library together, like with friends and things like that, so you weren't alone when you were studying. But these days, we're not necessarily doing that. So we were encouraging Donna, saying, yes, do lives knitting. And then the girls were just saying, you don't even have to type, because you can just read the comments while you're still knitting and just be chatting. Spontaneous. Yeah, that's the one. I like that, Steph. It was the host posting the link in the live chat. Okay. Wonder if we should try that. How do I know what the link is? Let's have a little look. Okay. Let's go copy and paste. Let's try this. You can delete the link to the live after you've posted it. Not advertising your first live is totally fine. Yes. Yep, might make you feel more at ease for your first one. Good luck with it and have fun. Yep, that's the way. Yeah, no, you're all good, Dave. And there's that link if anyone wants to try it. This is our library, a third place. Yeah, absolutely right. So, yeah, I actually really felt that there was quite a few newbies that came on, and I'm not sure, they weren't really newbies on YouTube channels, but we had new people, like we had Julie as well. Thanks, Rob. Hello, Mike. Oops. Oh, here we go. Oh, so you got the email, Peter.
I just clicked on the link.
Beautiful. Okay, amazing. I love it. Well, amazing. Hey, Mike, how was your day today? And what do you do, Mike, that you do? I'm just being nosy now, that you do 14-hour days. What time is it where you are, Peter?
It is almost 11 a.m.
Okay, nice.
So, yeah, let's try that.
Okay, so are you doing that different background from, how are you getting that?
Just click on the settings, the little cogwheel tab next to the exit key, and then go to visual effects.
Okay.
And then you can upload a picture to have behind you, or you can choose one of the backgrounds that's already there.
Okay, interesting. Yes, I see that. Amazing. Okay. All right. And so just waking up at 4:45 and do construction work. Wow. Okay. That's a long day doing construction work. So what have you been up to? What have you been up to this morning already, Peter?
I've been finishing off building my new desk that's gone into my studio. So it's looking amazing, a nice carbon fiber black top. So yeah, I haven't I haven't got like a laptop to go on the desk, but I'm thinking it doesn't matter. I'm just gonna put my little phone tripod on the desk. I can put
Yeah.
my light behind that or off to one side, and it just lets me put any notes or bullet points that I've got that I want to get across. I can just have those on the desk in front of me and just have a little glance down, see what I want to say next. And but there it goes. The black desk, the black wall. It's all goes well together.
Yeah. So, but
So
you've got a, do you use a desktop or do you use a laptop?
um, whenever I do a live like this one, I'm on my desktop that I built that is downstairs. Um, so I will be in the next couple of months looking at getting a second-hand laptop to go up into the studio. I have a really small like laptop at the moment, but it's not um, good enough to. It's not powerful enough to go up into the studio to do what I would need it to do. Because once I've got my laptop, then I can start doing live streams, doing video editing tutorials where I can share my screen and which I could do downstairs here. Just change the background a little bit like that.
Yeah. Nice.
So, and I'm almost ready to pull the trigger on start my own school community. Um, I'm just I'm undecided on whether I want to do a video editing community or tech support community. Um, so once I've got all that worked out, I'll come up with a name and I'll have the school community there going.
Nice.
But yeah, I'm just um, I had a like almost 2 weeks off where I think I just got into my own head and was putting too much pressure on myself to uh, create videos. And because I was putting too much pressure on myself, I started to almost resent it. Um, and then with the chronic fatigue syndrome that I was having, um, I was feeling like absolutely awful because it was like coming to like 8, 9 o'clock at night, and all of a sudden, from out of nowhere, I go from being like wide awake to yawning and like looking at the clock, and I'm like, oh, I've got 3 hours before like Karen's live stream, and I'm supposed to be on that. Um, so things like that just started to weigh on me a little bit, which is why I emailed you. But now I'm in a better place. I know, like I'm not. There's no pressure.
Yeah.
If I'm awake and I can make the live stream, I will absolutely jump on. If
Yeah.
I can't make it, or if I'm feeling tired and I'm like I need to go to bed, then I'll just let you know. I think it was just a sense of feeling like I was letting you and the girls down by not being able to get on the live when I said yes, I'll be on the live, and I don't want to be the person who keeps saying yes, I'll do this live stream, and then like the day I'll say, oh sorry, I can't make it. I want to like if I say I'm going to do a live, I want to be able to actually do the live. So yeah, it was just a lot of pressure like that. But once I seen all the support from you and Paula and the girls, it just it was like a weight lifted off my shoulders.
Yep.
And the Lewis Capaldi video that I sent to you and the girls, and I posted in my community tab. There's a moment in that video where he just looks out at the crowd, and you can see almost like him becoming emotional by
Oh,
how much love he is seeing in the crowd for him, and that's how you and the girls made me feel with all the support. So it just meant so much.
yeah. Oh, no, you're welcome, mate. I mean, do you know what, too? And that's just that thing. That's like why I made that video recently, just saying that, like things happen. You know what I mean? Like life happens. But if
Yes.
you've got a condition, it's not a chronic, but it's an illness, is it? Chronic fatigue syndrome. It's a syndrome, is it? What do you call it? What do you call it? Is it a condition that you don't know how you got it, but you've got it at the moment?
It's I call it a diagnosis.
Yeah, diagnosis. Yeah.
It's they're not sure what is the reason for it. They are doing like ongoing tests to see what could be causing it, but it it affects me at any time during the day. So I can wake up in the morning feeling wide awake and ready to go, and then like from out of nowhere, within like a 5 minute period, it's just like all my energy is drained, and I need to go back to bed and have a nap, wake up, and then I'm good for a few hours. So it's frustrating because I never know when it's going to happen, but when it does happen, it just like drains all the energy out of me. And I don't feel like I've got the energy to do anything. All I want to do is just like go try and have some sleep.
Retreat. Yeah.
But yeah, there's ongoing tests. I'm awaiting a brain MRI to see if there's something going on up there other than a few little birds tweeting around, and then we'll take it from there.
Yeah. Yeah. And Steph's just saying, oh, she feels the same. She wouldn't want to promise a live if she had to cancel for any reason.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you know what? Amongst friends, right? Like things happen. We've got things going on with our health, but
Yeah.
also last minute things happen, like even, the friend who emailed me and just said, oh, she feels bad that she missed, come into the chat on a group live last week. And, she said, oh, I feel, really, really bad. But my husband came home and, he's not well at the moment and he really felt like doing some fun stuff. So, she just like went with that energy, but it was just, I was just like, oh my goodness, you need to be doing those things with your loved ones, like, just when opportunities come up and people do feel well or whatever, like whether it's in advance and people like this weekend apparently is a long weekend in the States. And, some of the girls have got, lots of things planned and other people don't on the Friday night. And so, we just like swing it. We just swing it, swing it, swing it. And
Absolutely.
Steph, if you ever want to come on with us, I'm not saying now, but if you ever want to come on or even just come on like on a Saturday, which may not be ideal for you, but it's like probably Saturday, maybe around 9 o'clock Australian time, because in Wellington, New Zealand, it's 11 o'clock for me on Saturday. But the American girls, Peter comes on and we have, lots of guys coming through the chat as well. But I'm just saying, if you ever want to come on to any lives with us, Steph, just do sing out. Like anyone, just sing out, because we're always looking for new people just who want to, cut breeze in, breeze out, or whatever, or do something a little bit different. So, you guys are so welcome. So just do bear that in mind. But yeah, no, that's good, Peter. And what about like with the painting of your walls? What have you got? You've got a black wall, like with your studio. Have you got like a green? Have you got like a green, a teal green or something?
It's more of a blue. It's not the exact shade that I wanted, but the exact shade that I wanted, I thought was more green than teal. So I thought, okay, let's just go with a nice blue, so that I can have my main black wall for my main videos. And then if I want to do anything a little bit different, switch it up a little bit, then I can go onto the blue wall. And then it's just a different energy. I mentioned to Paula yesterday during her live stream that there's the possibility of me doing like an alter ego to go with Hilda Joy.
Oh, yes.
There's
and Mitzi.
Yeah. And he would be called Gary the Guru. So there's different ideas that I've got going at the moment, but I'm just trying to focus on one thing at a time, do that, and then build from there.
Yeah. Love that.
And the video that you did about spending time with family, I thought that was a really, really great video. And I know like how much your mum means to you. And it was just a really nice video to see, because like you said, YouTube is YouTube and it's important, but YouTube will always be the times and moments with family members. They won't always be there. So that has to be the priority, is to take those chances and those moments, because we never know when those moments will be gone. So it's important to take all of those moments when we can.
Yeah. And, and the other thing too is it's just, I mean, it's very selfish, isn't it? It's very selfish, our sort of like little solo endeavor, like we're sort of got, this is our project, and other people in the family, they'll have their own sort of projects and things. So it's too easy to put your head down and bottom up.
Yeah. But
here she is. Hello, Krista.
Hi, it's first thing in the morning here in Canada. It's like 7 a.m. So I have bedhead. I haven't even gotten my morning going, but I have a cup of coffee here.
Amazing. I love it.
Some people do that hairstyle as an intentional hairstyle and they make it look good.
Well, do you know why I jumped on? I'm going to tell you why I jumped on. I think it's Peter, isn't it?
Yes.
Because I jumped on because of you. Because I have chronic fatigue syndrome as well. And I find that people have way too many hangups when it comes to getting on the video. I mean, look what I look like, I just wanted you to see that you don't have to. And I do all kinds of videos where I look like absolute crap, but your supporters show up. It doesn't matter, right? They love you whether you have chronic fatigue syndrome or not. I went through a space of about 3 months this past winter where I could barely drag my feet outside to shovel snow. Right. And I was avoiding filming. I was avoiding, and everybody was getting worried about me. I was getting messages sent on my community posts and emails getting sent to me. Where are you? And And so finally I just bit the bullet and I did a video saying, well, this is where I've been, you know.
Yeah.
I've been struggling. And I looked like absolute crap when I did that video. It was pretty clear that I've been struggling, right?
Yeah. I think for me, what helped me get through what I was struggling with was the just the outpouring of support from the community that I received. I had people literally reaching out to me through emails and to say, look, we're here for you. Take all the time you need. You know, take care of yourself. And we're here for you when you're ready to jump back in. And it all just meant so much, because I think a lot of people don't understand chronic fatigue syndrome and how badly it can affect some people, whereas some people it doesn't affect them quite as much. But I've been making lifestyle changes to try and see if that will help. I've lost over a stone in like 3-4 months. So
I don't know what a stone is.
a stone, let me have a look here. You're in kilograms.
2.2 pounds to a kilo.
Yeah, I just do pounds. Yeah, I'm good with pounds.
Okay, so that would be.
I'm one of those Canadians where they changed they went from imperial measurement to metric, similar to probably Rob, the maritimer. They changed from imperial to metric when I was like in high school, and it really messed up my learning. I don't know. So some things are done in, like my driving, for instance, is done in kilometers versus miles, but weight, I always go with pounds.
Yeah, so I've lost 14 pounds
Good for
in
you.
like 3 months. So I'm having to buy like new wardrobe with things that actually fit.
Nice.
But it's good because, you know, getting healthier and trying to build some good habits in terms of like a regular time of going to bed, a regular time of waking up. Hopefully that will start helping. But it's a case of just trying different things, see what works, see what doesn't work, and then go with it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. My chronic fatigue syndrome was brought on by a car accident 10 years ago. I happened to get fibromyalgia. So one of the things from fibromyalgia is chronic fatigue syndrome. Hi, Aussie English with Steph.
Yeah, my wife has fibromyalgia.
Does she? Yeah.
She has fibromyalgia and generalized anxiety. So, like, every day's a rough day for her.
I can relate. I relate to that. I also have anxiety as well.
So,
And you know what? I just embrace all those aspects of me. I don't hide anymore. I mean, after the car accident, I wasn't able to walk for 2 years. I lost the ability to even hold a coffee cup. I couldn't drive. I couldn't walk without the aid of a walker. My whole life literally did a flip, right? And I lost my job, and my family didn't live close, and I went into like almost a 2-year depression, really. And my pain was like, out of a scale of 1 to 10, it was like 10 all the time. And I really did. And I became addicted to pharmaceutical drugs. And so it was a learning curve to get off of all of that stuff. Like I've been pharmaceutical free since February 2017.
wow,
Yeah.
that's amazing.
So I chose to use natural pathic type of remedies like water therapy, scent therapy, stretching exercises, that sort of thing. I mean, I'm not without my challenges, that's for sure, but I'm way better than what I was.
I seen a quote recently that I thought was absolutely perfect, and it said that God sends us challenges, but each challenge we have overcome it, and the people who are alive today have overcome every setback, every challenge that they have ever faced to be where they are today. So it meant a lot to read something like that.
Mm-hmm. So Karen's lives, for me anyway, being in Canada. What time is it there, Karen?
We are on about 10 o'clock at night.
See? Yeah. And I'm 7 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
So, something like this, I just happen to be waking up. I'm grabbing my first cup of coffee. I look like crap, but I can jump on Karen's live and I can support her, right? And I would be sitting back here listening to you anyway, drinking my coffee. So why not jump on?
So good.
That's a great answer.
Yeah. So what was the topic of the live tonight anyway? Oh, yes, your title was...
I talked about school. I talked about the school community.
Right.
And I sort of just did a bit of a share screen and just showed people in there.
Mm-hmm.
And
I was about 50 minutes late before I seen,
Yeah, me too.
You started at 5 a.m., I think it was your live, and at 5 a.m. my time. And by the time I got here, it was like 6 a.m. So
yes, and in fact, I pushed it forward half an hour because I was trying to do a couple of just got Steph saying it's 8 p.m. Australia, Sydney time. Yeah. So yeah, you're 2 hours behind us. That's right.
And Peter, what time is it? Where are you?
It's 11 a.m. here.
You're in the UK somewhere?
Yeah.
Yeah, UK is a big place.
I'm in Liverpool.
Okay.
So on the east.
Okay.
No, on the west coast.
Okay. So you're just across the pond from me.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love Canada. Like, I lived there for a year in 2006, and
Wow.
I think it's an amazing country.
They're very nice. Where did you live in Canada?
I lived in Edmonton.
Mm-hmm.
And when coming from the UK and going to Edmonton, I had never seen snow until I got to Edmonton. And then you see snow.
We get a lot of snow on the east coast too of Canada. I guess maybe Rob might not be in the chat anymore, but we do get a lot of snow on the east coast.
It's funny because in the UK, if we get 7 inches of snow, then half of the country's shut down, main roads and all that stuff. There's chaos.
That's
and
crazy.
Then I went over to Canada and there's 5, 6, 7 feet of snow everywhere, and I'm like, this would shut the UK down for a year.
Not us. We got our snow tires and we throw her in 4-wheel drive and away we go.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So, well, that's kind of neat that you've been here. Yeah.
How's your garden going, Krista? Your extensive garden and all your projects. I loved your video with your giveaways. You won the prizes. You won the apron and.
Oh yeah, that's where I was motivated by you that day. I wasn't even going to do a video until I seen that video from you. About being imperfect and this and that and the other thing. I was struggling like Peter does sometimes. And I'm like, I've got all these video ideas cooking and ready to go and this, that, the other thing. And I just need to bite the bullet. And who cares what people don't care what I'm going through. And I'm just going to be honest. I'm going to tell them and away we go.
Yeah.
So, and it's not about, you know, having the perfect script. And because half the time when I do a video, I don't even have a script, right? I do the video and then I end up doing the script after the video. You know, I write it up and basically, you know, I'll write it up and then I'll usually go into ChatGPT and I'll say, okay, here's what I did. Here's what I talked about. And then I list everything out, like my script basically. And I'll say, can you help me tweak this or shorten it or condense it or so that it makes a little bit more sense. And then of course, ChatGPT, of course I can, Krista.
Yeah. Yeah. What a great idea. What a great
Oh
script.
yeah, everything's a great idea with ChatGPT, right? So, and you
Yeah.
can't believe everything that he says. I call him Chatty. Yeah, I got a nickname for him. I call him Chatty. And
Yeah.
so anyway, he'll take what I've given him and he does his tweaks and all this and that, and then he'll spit out something that sounds, you know, usually a lot more condensed and amazing than what I made it sound like. And I'm actually I'm changing my format on my descriptions anyway. I'm looking for, I'm not going into great big detail in the description. This is what you'll find and this is what I'm going to go over and this is what I'm going to show you. I'm just doing a paragraph or two, you know, with the basics, highlights, throwing in my hashtags, and away we go. That's it. That's all I care about. I don't even do anything to do with the thumbnails. My thumbnails, I just allow YouTube to pick one. And I find anyway, I guess after doing YouTube and being a YouTube channel for over a year now, like for instance, the rain, I just did a little 2-minute video about finally we got rain after the summer's drought. It was a 2-minute video. Well, that's probably the lowest video I've ever gotten any views on in the past 6 months. And why? Anytime I do a thumbnail that doesn't have my picture on it, people don't recognize it as me or something. It goes right over. They want to see me. So when I allow YouTube to pick a thumbnail, usually I'm in the video. And if they don't choose the one with me in the picture, then I go and select me. And if I don't like what they have, I can always take a quick selfie and upload it onto my computer there and use it as a thumbnail for the video. But it's they want to see my face in the video, similar to you, Karen. Everybody's used to seeing you.
Yeah. I mean, and interesting too, Peter. Like, so for yours, I've noticed that you have taken a quite, you've got some branding going. Like, is it little cartoons? Are they AI ones, Peter? Like your thumbnails?
I put
a bit artistic.
I put a picture of myself into ChatGPT and said, create a cartoon image of this picture to go onto my YouTube thumbnails. And that's what it came out with.
Huh. Interesting. Well, I don't think that would work for my crowd. No, they're just used to seeing this pretty little mug right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm going to be switching that up. I'm going to be changing the thumbnails so that it's actually my face in the thumbnails rather than the cartoon picture. I'm just going to be trying different things and see if certain thumbnails get better results than other thumbnails. Because if we don't try different things, then we don't know if something else is going to work better.
True.
Totally right. Totally right. And Mike's saying that's crazy. I'll have to try that. Do you mean you'll have to try what Krista's doing? Like is that what you mean, Mike?
Yeah, you
like
need
with her thumbnails?
Yeah, explain that a little bit. Yeah. So anyway, that's what I do. And I think that that's important to experiment and try different things because what works for me isn't going to work for maybe you guys, right? And but that's what I find with my audience. Anytime I don't have my picture in the thumbnail, the video doesn't typically do as well. But it really depends too. Like it might do well, like if I'm, let's say I've done 2 or 3 videos in a row that have done really well, and then all of a sudden I throw in one that doesn't have my face on it, it still might do very well. Like one example I can think of was it just happened probably about a month and a half ago. What the thumbnail that I ended up going with was a picture of a potato leaf, because I had an infestation of what they call Colorado potato beetles. So the thumbnail, I held up a leaf that showed the eggs on the underside of the leaf. So I went with that, and it did okay because it was going along with the theme of the issues that I was having with the Colorado potato beetle. But if that would have just been a one-off, me showing the leaf and unrelated to the theme of the issues I was having with the potatoes, it probably wouldn't have done so well, right? That's just an example. But we do all have to try different things, right?
Yeah. And I see see what Mike is saying, that you're right, Mike, like your thumbnails, like, I've noticed that they don't have a picture of you in it.
So that's what my next comment was going to be about before Mike even said that. So I'm not picking on you, Mike.
No.
But what I was going to say is the sense and what I'm hearing in the YouTube community, and not just in the YouTube community, but like, even in real life, people that watch YouTube videos, they are not gravitating towards the thumbnails or the videos that are not the actual person talking. Like, and I have to confess that I watch 0 videos where it's not the actual individual's voice. I will not watch your video if it's not your voice. I really dislike watching videos where I don't get to see the individual in the video. I want to know who I'm talking to as if you were standing in front of me in real life. So if you can't be the person you are in real life and you're pretending to be somebody else on video, then I really want no part of that. Does that make sense?
I like seeing people in their videos.
Like if you exactly. So I'm a real life type of, so whatever you see here today is what you're going to get in a video. The way I talk, the way I I tend to be, I'm blunt but truthful, right?
Mm-hmm.
Some people can take that as some people can take blunt as harsh and
mean,
maybe. But I'm not that way at all, because I'm a very compassionate individual. I'm a very supportive individual, and I think anybody that's taken the time to get to know me knows that, right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm gathering from the YouTube community that I've spoken to. I will not watch any audio people, I don't know, audio books and all this stuff where they're using AI generated voices or AI generated music, or AI generated thumbnails. I refuse to. I don't like it.
Yeah, I really do like seeing people like in their thumbnails, and I like seeing people on their video, like even like on their videos, like it doesn't have to be every time. Like, for example, Mike, when you were I joined Mike's live, like, in the chat. And so, Mike, I don't think that we saw you at all, did we? Because you were literally, the camera was on the lake as you were fishing, and then you were cycling home. Yeah, exactly, Steph.
Well,
yeah, let's keep it real, man.
So, right.
Capital R.
He's fishing and then he's cycling home. Well, it's obvious that you can't have the camera on you. And I mean, if the audience is into fishing and into cycling, then they're going to be wanting to watch whatever he's watching, right? But when he first starts, let's just say he goes on a trike on his bike. When he first starts, he can certainly turn the camera and, hey, welcome everybody to the channel, blah, 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 blah. I'm about to go on a bike ride and tell us where he's going, and then flip the camera around and let us see what he's seeing, right? I'm just saying that. He can incorporate his image into videos like that, because people feel more engaged with you if they know who you are, as opposed to a channel that just never shows themselves. And I actually do support some channels, but that's been a long while now. Like I'll give you guys an example. Let's say over a year ago, I met somebody in the gardening community, because I'm a gardener. I live off grid. I built my own tiny house. I prep, like those are my kinds of things, right? But I do have an awful lot more interests. So I met somebody in the gardening community, and they changed their channel, and never once have they ever showed themselves on the channel. I've never seen their face. I have no idea what they look like, but they were supportive of me. I was supportive of them, but then they changed their direction on their channel, and they stopped doing anything gardening related. So in other words, they switched their focus, and therefore I lost interest in what they were doing. And I was thinking about that, actually, about that person the other day. And I'm going to give you an example. So this person, the only gardening related stuff that they do is they incorporate fairies. Do you guys know what fairies are? Like a fairy garden?
Oh, your fairies, yeah.
Okay, so they set up these little figurines in their garden, which I dislike. That's not my thing, right?
No.
But the fact that it's a person that I've known for over a year that used to do gardening, that also got inspiration from a project that I started doing, like my no dig garden beds that I do, I have a sort of a kinship with this person. So I broke my own rule. Because I never watch anybody's videos that have to do with fairy gardens, except hers, except her.
But that's because you already had a relationship, like you had a connection, right?
And she changed the focus of her channel, and she started doing crafts, and she started doing all these kinds of things that, like, I don't have any interest in. So the only time and I don't watch any of that stuff. And anybody that knows me knows that that's not my cup of tea.
No.
Whenever she does a fairy garden tour, I guess let's call it, I will watch that one. Right?
Yeah.
Right. But there's lots of people, and that's the thing, right? People, and that's one of the videos that I did, like, sub for sub and all that kind of crap. They think that just because you're sub to them, that you're supposed to be watching every single thing that they put out. Well, I don't do that. No. And that's how I spoke about it in the video. If you're doing something that's interesting to me, then I'll watch it. But if it's of no interest to me, and then there are other people that will do videos. So I can think of one. They go out on their boat. This is all in one video, guys. So they'll go out on their boat fishing, and then they'll come back to their homestead, and they'll show us a little bit of their construction that they've been doing. And then they'll flip over, and then they'll take us out to look at the pigs and the bunny rabbits.
Yeah.
And then there's drone footage. So there's like 5 things going on in this video.
That's a lot. It's a lot.
Well,
you know what? I know, like, they need to save something for New Year's Eve or something. You know what I mean?
I'm not a fisherman, and I'm not really into watching. I mean, I'll look at maybe 20, 30 seconds of drone footage, but usually people have music attached to that, which it's not my type of music, right? And that's the other thing that I dislike about videos. If they're like a gardening channel, so something that I'm really interested in, different ways people garden and different techniques and things like that they use. But if all they're doing is putting up photographs of their garden, like basically on a loop, picture after picture after picture.
Yeah. And like a digital photo frame.
Like a digital photo frame, and then they got it's backed by music, and they expect me to watch 30 minutes of that to support them when they're not giving me, they're not telling me what that.
Where's the value? Where's the
there is
value?
no value. They're not telling me what that plant is. They're not telling me what that flower is.
No.
They're not
Yeah.
walking me through their landscape so that I can be like as if I'm there with them. They're not giving me any value. They're not giving me any tips, nothing. It's just a photo loop with music on the background. And when I realize that, I'm gone. I'm sorry, I'm leaving.
Lazy. That's like, you know what I mean? Like this, yeah.
So anyway, that's sub for sub and fake engagement. That's what I was talking about in that video, right? And
Yeah.
and the thing is, there's something interesting about that I have not yet talked about. This fake engagement where people go and watch your stuff, because there are groups of people that do that. I'll watch yours if you watch mine.
Yeah.
And over time, that does build up their watch hours, of course. But once they become monetized, then what? Then what happens? Then they start putting out videos and they can barely scratch the surface of getting past 100 views. Well, if you're monetized and you're not even getting 100 views on the videos that you're putting out, that tells me, and I see all kinds of people like that. I see people that have 10,000 subs, 15,000 subs, 50,000 subs that can barely even get 100 views on each video that they put out. That tells me that that individual has amassed they've gotten to monetization from a lot of that going on.
Yeah.
Because their audience is clearly not supporting their videos if they can't even get over 100 views on each video. And that hurts you in the long run. That really hurts you in the long run because advertisers, for instance, want to they want to have their ads placed on channels that actually get views. Sponsors that want to support you and sponsor you and do stuff like that, they want to sponsor channels that actually get views. So definitely, if you're monetized, you definitely want well over 100 views. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not going to be approaching you for sponsorship and one thing another if you have less than 100 views because the audience isn't there. And that's what it tells YouTube, and that's what it tells the sponsors.
That's where we talk about not focusing on the number of subscribers that you have, but focus on building a loyal community,
Right.
because you want the people who are not only watching your videos but also commenting on your videos, engaging with your content, because that's what YouTube values, is the engagement that your channel is getting rather than the number of subscribers.
Is that really true? Is that really true? Because I mean, for over a year, I mean, engagement, I've got engagement, right? I have a lot, ask Karen. I've got a lot of engagement on all of my videos that I put out. So if that were the case, I would have been monetized ages ago. If they value it that much, they would push it out there. So what YouTube is saying that they value engagement. If they value engagement, then they would be pushing my content out more, but they're not.
Yeah,
right?
that's a good point.
I have pretty good titles. I think it's relevant to what the video is about. My thumbnail is out of one of three out of three picks. They're not too bad. The only thing that I don't have is that I don't have text on my thumbnail, right? And I'm okay with that. Right now, I'm okay with that. Could I do a lot better? I probably could, but that's not my forte and it's not my cup of tea. It doesn't, and I'm not going to allow the YouTube community or YouTube or all these YouTube experts to force me to do something that I'm not comfortable with, right?
The thing with these YouTube experts is they don't know your channel. They don't know your audience. You are your own channel's expert. So you know what your audience likes and doesn't like. And you should never let somebody else tell you how to do your channel. You can listen and maybe take some ideas, but at the end of the day, you are your own channel's expert.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. And I did actually take some helpful suggestions from a YouTube friend, and they even suggested me sending them some pictures and that. And I mean, if you go through, my videos, you will see there's a few thumbnails that does actually have text on it. And that was because I allowed somebody else, because they felt that it was very important for me to put text on these thumbnails. And so I allowed that to happen. I actually welcomed the experience so that I could see the results. I wanted to know what the results were. So I allowed them to change the thumbnails, and I've even experimented with using not YouTube, but AI generated thumbnails. So you will find a handful of those on my videos where I use those. And I will say, after going through the experience, that it didn't make any difference with my views.
Yeah, the text or no text.
The text or no text didn't seem to make any difference for me.
There's only a handful of people who I will maybe take advice from, and especially Karen is one of those people. She is like my day one. She's the one who has supported me from the beginning. So Karen and Viva, I take all of their advice on board, and sometimes I need blunt and to the point, and sometimes Karen can be blunt and to the point with me because she knows that's what I respond to well. And it's all about, I think, having good mentors can help you if you are open to listening to what they have to say, because they have your best interests at heart and they want to see you do well. Whereas the gurus, they want to see themselves do well.
Exactly. There you go. Bang on right there. And
Yeah.
I agree with you. I mean, that is one thing that the YouTube community, when you first start out, you have to stumble upon your own mentors, right? It's not like that's something that takes time, maybe say 2 or 3 months, and then you will find someone that you click with. And but you have to find your own mentors. And those mentors have typically been someone that's probably been on YouTube for maybe a couple more months than that can pass along some tips and information. And I totally agree with that. I think a mentor that has no vested interest other than to see you and want you to succeed is an excellent, but you don't always know who they are right up front, right? And you do need to be cautious, of course, in this online community. And so it takes time to find them. Yeah.
Yeah, and look, and the other thing too is like, it's not like, anyone's giving you advice or anything like that, Peter. It's more just that, we morally support each other and, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and all of that. And the other thing too is that I'm the first person to say this, Noel, but it's like, first of all, like no one actually knows, like everything about the algorithm. Like no one does, right? Everyone's always guessing, you know what I mean? And it's more just that people have to just sort of make up their own mind, think about, like you got the Think Media, and you've just got like, Learn with Trey. You've got like so many people that have, like if you've gone and got yourself, 100,000 subs, you really can advise people and give your view because you've really done it. So, but the rest of us, all us littlies, it's like you know, we're just fumbling along just as much as anyone else, you know what I mean? And just, you know, it's a very fluid thing, isn't it? Like, it's an ever-moving feast, YouTube. Like, to do this, do we not do that? Blah, 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 blah. But it's all part of the fun.
Yeah, Rob the Maritimer's got a really good point there. You know, do people want to watch your videos? That's more important than thumbnails, obviously.
Say hello
So
to Coco.
Oh, hi, Coco. Isn't he cute?
She's my beautiful baby. She's saying it's time to go for walkies.
Aw. Is Mama or Daddy taking her for a walk?
We both take her.
Okay.
So I'm going to say goodbye and catch
Yes.
you ladies later.
We're not far behind you.
Because I need to take little madam here for her walkies. And there's my beautiful wife in the background.
Hello.
So they're saying hello.
Hello.
I look like crap here because it's first thing in the morning here in Canada. Rob probably looks better than I do.
Oh, Rob looks better
Rob's
than
looking
I
pretty
do all the
fresh
time.
there.
Hey, Rob doesn't have as much hair as I do.
Right,
Looking very
I'll
fresh in
catch
his
you
blue.
ladies later. Thank
Yeah.
you.
All right, you
Bye,
guys.
Peter.
Peter.
Nice to talk to you. Nice to
Hey, Peter, I'll send you that email. Yes, let's look. So hello, Miles, as well. Hello, Miles. Thanks for joining. And Jace. And just, yeah, really, really like that. And also, just to try and answer the question, YouTube measures the retention of your videos.
Well, and that was my whole point of doing the video where I talked about this sub for sub and fake engagement. Now, for whatever reason, that resonated with the audience out on YouTube. So it went beyond just my core supporters, because my core supporters, let's face it, is a small percentage, right? So they get my notifications that I put out a video, they come and watch it. But I will say that video, my core supporters came in strong on that video.
Yeah, they did.
They really, really did. They showed up. I mean, my click-through rate in the beginning was something like 10. It was over 10, right? But then all the other people that are subscribed to my channels that are only there because of maybe, like I talked about earlier, those stupid shorts that I put out, I'm not monetized. Those shorts hurt my channel, which is now why they're privatized. So you get those folks coming in. Then you get the, nosy people from other channels coming in that are click, 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 click. And then gradually that click-through rate started dropping and dropping and dropping. But anyway, that was a subject matter that people wanted to hear about. They wanted to know about, sub for sub and fake engagement and how they can navigate that. And if you look at, there was like over 200 comments on that video.
Yeah.
People
were passionate.
So YouTube not only was pushing it, but people are having experiences with this, some negative, some positive. And that told me, based on that video, that there's more videos that we need to have about this, right? Because there's some things that need to be spoken.
Totally. And you know what? So yeah, I said, passionate, but it sounded like pushing it. But I think it's interesting what you've just said, because Rob is putting out a video about the sub for sub. And small creators gather here. Like, I think, Rob, is that your next video to come out? But yeah, he's literally doing one on that topic.
Well, that's great, because Rob has a bigger platform than me, and the more people that know about it, and I think that, Karen, you would be a good person to put out a video, something along that. Just because I did a video and just because Rob's doing a video, the more people that are putting out enough videos about the same topic will start to break this stupid fake cycle that's happening, right? Because it's fake. And so young people, not young people, but new people, whether they're over 40, whether they're over 50, whether they're in their 60s or their 20s or their 30s, it doesn't matter. If you start a channel and you get hooked into this fakery, these fake sub for sub and and fake engagement types of schemes, you don't even know it's a scheme until it's too late, right? Like me, I was the one that was sucked into that. I used to think my way of thinking was subs were one thing and watch hours were a separate thing. I used to think of those two things as two separate things. If you're going to sub to me and I like what you have to offer on your channel, then I'm going to sub back. But that doesn't mean I'm always going to watch. So that's where they sucked me in. I used to think that it's like a free gift for me to sub to your channel to help you get your up to 1,000 viewers. But what they were expecting from me is if I subbed to them, I was supposed to watch everything that they put out.
Yeah.
And I would get people coming back to my channel saying, haven't seen you in a while, or making these comments to me. And I'm like, then I started figuring it out. I'm like, aha.
Those same people are probably jumping into your channel, maybe scrubbing along a little bit. Do you know what I
Yep.
mean? Listening for something, jumping in for the comment, out, you know?
Yeah. And of course you run into, and that's the other thing that Rob and you and me could touch upon. There are a lot of channels out there that are absolutely totally jealous of your success. They're jealous. I've had people put in the comments, in my comments, that I reached a certain milestone and I was thanking my subscribers and whatnot, for helping me achieve whatever it was, 500 subscribers, 800 subscribers, 1,000 subscribers. And I always do that. I always come back to my audience and I thank them for their support and I thank them for their watch time.
You do.
And I'm very open that way, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I had people coming in the comments saying things like, I thought that I would get there before you. Right? That tells me something. And along those lines, I probably had a handful, about 5 people say different things without coming right out and saying it. And you could really tell that there was some jealousy there.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't feel the same about that. I just don't. I don't. But they do. And so there are people out there that are wanting you to fail, and they will come back to your videos and they won't give you a thumbs up. In other words, they'll give you a thumbs down. That video that I put out about the sub for sub and fake engagement really brought out of the woodwork some pretty nasty people. The emails that I got, the bots that started posting on that I had to remove their comments forever from the channel. And so the next video that I put out about it, especially about these thumbs down folks, they're not really hurting me. If anything, they're telling YouTube who they are, right? Then the algorithm is picking up on them. YouTube takes a look at my average overall channel thumbs up, and they see these negative nillies as the problem makers.
Do you know what? And yeah, everyone's saying just the things that we totally agree with. We can't stop them deleting their comments, and it's jealousy and everything. Do you know what? What do you guys think about people that are just playing like music, for like many, many hours? And I hear them talking about, and they talk about they're trying to get their watch hours up. And I've had like a couple of people send an email just said, oh, can you help out a friend?
No.
One of our friends is trying to, but guess what I think to myself? This is what I think to myself, right? I think, well, let's say 10 people jumped on and listened to your music playing or whatever, or just left it running in the background because it's generic elevator music. There's no quality, nothing. I'm sorry. Like, I just know that us few people that are here on this are not any of those people. So I feel quite safe saying that to this crowd. But I think to myself, let's say you get flopped over the line of monetization. You know what I mean? You finally get your watch hours. Well, guess what? Is that what the is that the body of your work? You know what I mean? Like, are you proud to say these are your YouTube videos? Like, what are you then going to do? Keep making those kinds of soulless, empty videos and then begging everyone to just have them playing in the background? Like, I don't get all of that. Like, I just find that really confusing. I think, am I missing something? Do you know what I mean? Like, if you have to like beg people to try and play in the background. I mean, someone said the other day, look, when they go out, they'll put someone's playlist of all these music because they're trying to be a good friend, which is really, really nice. But I think, well, I don't know, how sustainable is that? I guess that's what I'm trying to say.
But it's not really, really nice, Karen.
Exactly. What's your channel about?
It's fake engagement, because if they're going to be playing your playlist, they're expecting in return for you to come back from your shopping trip or whatever and play their playlist.
Yeah, no. So what it is, it's like people, like people in our community.
It's a loop.
Yeah, but it's more just that. It's more just that because, like, there is no one day that's your big payday. Like, we know that the day that you get monetized or the first few months and no big amounts of money or anything, but it's more just that, how do you sustain that? Like, where's the quality? Like, what value, what value are you bringing people?
Which is exactly why YouTube is now starting to crack down on that. Because why is YouTube starting to crack down on that? I'll tell you why. They're starting to crack down on it because it means this. It means money, because the advertisers are not wanting to go on those channels. I have had people email me and actually, because I had joined a couple of collaborations in the past, over the past year and a half, they assumed that I wanted to be put on an email list. Well, they assumed wrong, right? I started getting all these notifications every time a new collaboration was coming up, and they expected that I was going to join them. And I'm like, no, I'm not part of this club. Please remove me off your email list. I want no part of this. It was like a clique. It was like a group of people that they watched each other's stuff. So this one would do a video, and that clique of people would all come over and watch all, and that would raise the watch hours, which in turn the algorithm seen that and would push the video out, and they would get more watch hours. And this is how they became monetized, right?
Yeah.
But now that they're monetized, right, and they're putting out those same videos, well, just the clique is watching them, and it's not pushing it over. I know about it because I know about it because I've been there, and they wanted me to engage in it, and I wasn't going to be part of it. And it's sad. And so here we have a whole bunch of monetized channels. They're all monetized, but they're putting out videos that are not even getting over 100 views. And that's what we were talking about before Rob and before Chase came around. We were talking about that, the fact that sponsors and advertisers don't want to really be going on a channel that's not even getting 100 views. Come on. I don't care.
It's what Rob's saying, a pyramid scheme sort of thing, isn't it? You know what I mean?
It is a pyramid scheme. That's what I'm talking about. That video that I put out, fake engagement falls under, so a pyramid scheme falls under fake engagement. And I wanted no part of that, right? And I just backed off from it. I'm like, okay, I see what's happening here. But as soon as I did that, all of my click-through rate and watch time and things like that went all wonky. And if you remember, though, Karen, in that video, I don't know if Chase and Rob seen the video that I put out about sub for sub and fake engagement. But in that video, basically last year, I'll just bring you guys up to speed. Last year, I went through somebody's community post that they were recommending this channel, and it was a channel that was giving YouTube tips and advice, and the whole channel was built around the strategy was to put out 3 or 4 minute long videos. And so I went there based on my friend, putting this in their community, and I listened to the video and I thought, okay, I'm going to subscribe to this channel and I'll listen to 2 or 3 minutes of their videos to see what they've got to say. And I did this probably for a span of about 4 months, I'm going to say. And then all of a sudden, one video came out that was directing people, all the people on this person's channel, to go to his comment section, and then in turn, go to each one that made a comment, go to their channel and watch 1 or 2 videos only for about 3 minutes and leave a heartfelt comment, right? And then leave.
Yeah.
And he was suggesting that if you do this 2 or 3 times, right? If you do this 2 or 3 times, they will come to you and they will subscribe to your channel, which of course I did. Not even realizing that they were coming over from his channel and his recommendations to do that.
Yeah.
So then I realized a couple of months ago, probably about a month and a half ago, that I didn't take my comments off of his videos, and I need to go because they were still coming based on his video and his suggestion about doing that. Now let me see.
Yeah, I know. They're like leeches, these people. Yeah, so Rob's just talking about deleting the comments.
I did do that, yeah.
Yeah.
What's he saying? Okay, delete their comments sub for sub. You can hide their comments, absolutely. But you need to figure out who they are, right? They're really good at what they do. So there's still a bunch of people, and I've started unsubscribing from their channels. So I went back to these videos and I looked at all the people that were making comments, and then I compared it to my own subscriber list, right? Am I subscribed to these channels? Am I not? If I was subscribed to them, I unsubscribed. But that doesn't mean that they're still not subscribed to me, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, so it is.
I know.
So it really did hurt my channel. Unfortunately, it did, and it's going to take me a while to recover from that. And I can't help the fact that there's really deceitful people out there wanting to do all these tricks and games and foolery, and I don't want to take part in it. So I'm just going to plug away and do my thing the way I've been doing it and go from there. And eventually these people will come to my awareness, and I will be able to basically hide all their comments from my channel. That's what it's called. So in dashboard, not with the little icon that shows like your subscription feed and all the comments. No, go into dashboard. Then you can click on the 3 dots beside their message, and you can actually hide their comments from your channel.
Yep. And you know what? Yeah. And you know what too? It's even the Skool community, you know what I mean? There's just there's a lot of people who've just pulled people's pictures off the internet, and they're sending these really stilted sort of, English language they're trying to construct these sentences together. And I literally just so they'll just kind of try and get into your school. And do you know what? And they've come from bigger YouTubers, school channels. They're just in there, but they're all trying to leech into everybody. But they jump in and the blah, blah. I say straight away, what's your channel name and stuff. But anyway, quite quickly, they're always faceless channels. I just say to them, I used to say, how do I know that's your channel? And they'll go, what do you mean? What do you mean? Blah, blah, blah. And then I say, can you tell me when you're going to be posting your next video and what it's going to be about? Because they're always 400,000 to 500,000 faceless channels that they're going, I'm so good, I'm monetized, I want to help your community. They do not even speak like anyone in our older age group community. You know what I mean? Yeah. Just the sorts of things they say is just so they've tried to put 3 fake things, jammed it with 3 things in one sentence. And I'm thinking, no, people don't actually speak like that. But yeah.
Rob is saying something that's super important here. You want them to know, right? So you want them to know so that they unsubscribe from your channel. So that strategy that he's talking about is something that I'm actually going to be doing, simply because I don't want them there anymore. It's going to help me quicker for them to be gone. So basically, my next video not my very next video, the video that I do to follow up the YouTube one, where I forgot to talk about, so I did the sub for sub and the fake engagement, but I forgot to talk about why I'm no longer doing shorts. And you reminded me about this when I seen your post yesterday that you were doing a live. I'm like, yeah, I got to get that video done, right? So I don't really look at other people that do a video on the same subject as me as competition or anything like that. But that video that I'm going to be putting out is going to be pretty brutal. It's going to be very, like, to the point, blunt, as nice as I can possibly be. But I'm going to be and I'm going to be talking about all these thumbs down on the last video and all that stuff, so that they know that I know, and that they're faking it. And I want those people to unsubscribe from me. I don't want them there.
We do. Yeah.
So that's going to help me long term. And I don't know how well the strategy is going to work, but you know what? All I can do is try. Yes, be brutal, be blunt. I look forward to that video. Yeah.
You know what? And so you're going to make another video, are you, Krista, about that?
I have no choice. I have, because I forgot to, it was a really important, I mean, if you guys seen me, I was sitting out in my lawn chair and I had a little sheet of paper like this. And I talked about the fact that, you know, for literally almost 8 months, I don't know how many scripts I wrote about this very subject. And I kept writing them and rewriting them and rewriting them. Finally, I scrapped them all and just went with that little sheet of paper with, you know, 3 or 4 things written on it. And the one thing I didn't write on it was why I stopped doing shorts.
And do you know what? Too? Like you had so many positive comments on that video because you were saying that you had such, was it a migraine or a really bad headache?
I had a bad headache, yeah.
Really bad headache. And you just said, you know, you've been working on the script for quite some time, but actually you just don't have it in you, and you really wanted to get the video done. And so now you've got the bullet points. Honestly, I think that there was real magic in that decision, actually, because you just, like, you really spoke from the heart. You spoke really naturally about it. And all these people in your comments just said that they prefer that anyway. Like, I like that. People are very engaging when they're in a bit of a hurry just to get something done. And here are the main bits. Do you know what I mean? Because they're not speaking in scripted out language as well. You know, like, it's all very natural language, which is the most engaging.
I think that they were engaging because they saw me. They saw the
fired up. They did. They saw you, but fired up.
They saw the true me, and enough is enough of this bullshit. I don't want to have. I didn't say bullshit. I said BS.
No, you said you come for me. I'm double coming for you. Yeah,
right. And usually, I'm the type of individual that likes to live in peace, mind my own business.
You're a gardener, tiny house.
You know, anybody that knows me for the last year and a half knows. They know that I'm telling the truth, right? They know that I'm not about
no BS.
So I've been able to establish a core group of people that trust me, and they're very engaging with me in my community. And I'm not going to lose that regardless of all these nefarious activities that are going on. And that video that I put out proved it. It proved that my core supporters showed up, and it actually reset the algorithm for me. It actually helped my channel immensely. It pushed me out. The algorithm started pushing it and pushing it and pushing it. I think that one video is now over 700 views.
Yeah,
and
wow.
I've gotten almost 64 watch hours from it.
Yep.
So there's a good example.
You know what? But that is just.
I looked like crap. I had a massive migraine. I didn't even remember all of the things that I wanted to say. Tiny little bullet point thing, and I just went on for 30 minutes, and that's what happened.
And you know what else too? I'm telling you, I listened and watched that video as I was going around the supermarket, right? On a crazy, silly time. I was only going for a few things, but And I often will say to my husband, oh, I've been watching YouTube videos and replying and commenting, because I was like pulling over to the side of the thing and I was leaving these comments. But you were so engaging because you were just like, hey, look, I'm not very well. I've been really working on the script, but I don't have the energy to keep working on it. I've had this really bad headache. I really want to say this, and this is what I've got to say. That's very captivating. And I mean, you know, I'm picky about what I'm listening to around the supermarket. You know what I mean? Like, I am, you know, like I'm thinking, do I want to be educated about something from these gurus? Do I want to watch like a friend just like, you know, shoot from the hip about something? You know what I mean? Like, you were very engaging, but people loved it. All in the comments, Krista, I love it when you just speak like this too. Like, so much positive feedback.
Yeah, it was a good video, and I mean, I don't have it in my brain, like, you know, I'm not going to look at that.
Who does? Yeah.
Some people will look at a video that's done well like that on their channel. Some channels will look at that and think, okay, you know, that's going to scare them because now their next video has to surpass that, has to be better, right? I'm not that type of individual. I've been in a drought here all summer long. I got fires raging around me everywhere. So what did I do? My very next video, I talked about some wind damage that, you know, really certainly didn't. I mean, I might have got 20 watch hours from it. And then the last video I did was 2 days ago about some rain that I finally got. That was literally, it wasn't even a 2-minute video.
Yeah, good cop, bad cop.
Right. And I think I've gotten, you know, on a 2-minute video, like 1.6 watch hours. Oh, well, okay. But I do videos based on what's happening in my life, right?
Yeah.
So like, you know, Peter just left. If I'm having a fibromyalgia flare up, and I've done that in the past where I've come on and I've talked about that. Okay. So I've got a playlist that talks about living with disabilities. So if I'm having a fibromyalgia flare up, or I'm doing if I'm experiencing chronic fatigue syndrome, well, then that's what I'm going to talk about.
Yeah. But you know what though? But also just that facet of your personality. I mean, that's like these heavy metal bands that then, you know, they do the love ballads, right? That every rose has its thorn or whatever, right? They're like, we just want people to know that we've got this in us, you know, like we're that good, you know. So you, Krista, like, you're gardening, you've built your tiny home, you're caring for all the right bugs, and you want to nicely, you know, get rid of the bad bugs and stuff. But then, like, you know, you can just come out and just be like, this is it. This is how I feel.
But there's a reason I can do that though, Karen, on my channel, because everybody says, oh, pick a niche. Well, my niches, you can clearly see what my niches are if you go to my playlist. I've got a pretty outlined playlist as to what my niches are. But on my podcast, right? My podcast is a completely different beast. I'm going to call it a beast, because my podcast, unlike everybody else on YouTube that started a podcast, my podcast was begun last November to answer my viewer questions. That's why it was created. So the viewer questions range from anything from wanting to know YouTube stuff to what's it like to do rain catchment, whatever the questions are. Now, around January of this year, I did announce, and I changed in the description of the podcast, that it's primarily me answering my viewer questions, but also I put in there, it's going to be about me talking about some stuff too, and maybe asking my own questions.
Yep.
It's engagement, and you can get away with that on a podcast, Karen. And just truth be told, I miss that aspect of your channel. Your personality and what captivated me when I first joined your channel was you doing those vlogs, you know, and I think that you would do really well doing a podcast and getting back to some of that. Because
did I do vlogs? Did I do some vlogs?
Well, a vlog is you in the car. That's what a vlog is
Ah,
called.
yes, yes.
It's a vlog is a video log versus
Yeah,
a podcast. The difference between a vlog and a podcast, a vlog is you're in the video and your action. You're in the mall, you're in the car, you're out by the seashore, and you're in the picture, and people are watching you
yes, I've gone back and I've gone inside a little bit, haven't I? Some
talk about
videos.
whatever. A
Yeah,
podcast is no. A podcast is, it doesn't matter if you're in the picture. You took me to the grocery store. I went with you to the grocery store.
yeah,
You didn't need to see me. And that's what a podcast is. A podcast is people can listen to you at the gym, at the grocery store, whether they're driving. And that was the appeal to me. When I first started the podcast, I'm like, oh, okay. Because and I think the appeal to me was too, my brother is blind. And I started thinking about that aspect of the audience out there. There are a lot of people that can't see, right?
yeah,
And
yeah,
why aren't I doing a podcast? The people that can see are going to watch it anyway, and the people that can't see for whatever reason, because of busy schedules, maybe they've got me playing on their dashboard while they're driving, it doesn't matter.
yeah,
Right? So
yeah,
that's
yeah.
why I switched it. I switched it from a vlog to a podcast.
Yep. And Jace is saying, yeah, Krista, you are your brand.
Right.
And you and Not Niche, I wanted to do this at first, but trying to pivot to be a travel channel. Yeah, that I meant you are your niche. Yeah. And in actual fact, I have to say, when I was going around the supermarket, because I do like to see the picture, so I will literally have the phone in front of me, like just sitting on the little trolley thing. Like, so I do try and watch it where I can, because I do like that. I like, I do love the video thing, but as you say, but people are like, you're driving and it's in your pocket or somewhere like that.
Right.
But
So that if you take, for instance, the times, and you can do that. So that's what I did. I had already a bunch of videos that where I was talking about specific subjects or whatever. And all I did was I took those videos and I click, check, and made them into a podcast.
yeah,
Gave the podcast a description. You can give it a thumbnail. You can even I always put, it's just another way. Like if you go into my descriptions under my playlist, even those descriptions have hashtags in it. It just reinforces. And I think it's very important for a channel. If your description is one thing, and then your keywords that describe to the algorithm, this is what my channel is about. So throughout your channel, every playlist that you have should really be reinforcing this same theme.
yeah.
So it's to me, it's consistent. And that's the other thing. As a YouTube creator, as a channel creator, I guess, those keywords and those hashtags and those descriptions become irrelevant over time. You should really change it up twice a year. I'm going to say at a minimum. I don't know. What do you think, Rob? I think you should change them up twice a year.
The playlist or the hashtags?
All of them. The reason that you should not necessarily the playlist names, but the description and the hashtags in the playlist. The reason is because people's keyword searches on Google and even on YouTube that they're searching for change. It changes over time.
Yes.
You see what I mean?
I do. And do you know what too? And some things just get tired. They've had their time, like they get overused, and then, like, I don't know. I'm not excited to use hashtags that are like have got 10 million, because mine's not going to feature on there. You know what I mean? But hey, I'll do like a big one and a tiny one and a medium one or whatever. But I'm not excited to use the super common ones really, because
well, but there's a reason that the super common ones are being used. It's because at that time, YouTube is pushing those out. Right. And if you're not
over time, they've pushed them out 10 million or over time people have seen that they're popular. Yeah, but you're exactly right. But
And
maybe I always think,
the other thing too, though, Karen, is that you can create your own hashtags, right? Like
Yeah.
I started a couple of collaborations, which I actually have been talking to a friend as early as yesterday, that I'm going to change those. I'm no longer going to be calling them collaborations. I'm going to call them grow alongs, right? And the reason that I'm going to call them grow alongs is that I don't want this. I want to distance myself from this collaboration business, because this collaboration business, there's too much nefarious stuff going on in that. So I want to put a distance between me and that. And so the two that I started was the yeast fertilizer, hashtag yeast fertilizer, which I started using last year. And then the other one that I started using last year was gardening with essential oils. So hashtag gardening with essential oils. So those two, anytime that I'm doing a video that incorporates fertilizing using the yeast or gardening using essential oils, I'm going to always be using those hashtags with those specific topics. And the other thing, the channel branding, people don't realize this, but there are folks out there that do actually search for your specific channel name. So I always have my channel branding hashtag almost off grid. My podcast has its own hashtag, almost off grid with Krista. That's what my podcast is called. So those have their own specific hashtags.
Yeah. So are you still doing, did you say that you haven't done like your podcast or you're answering questions for a wee while? You haven't done one of those?
That's the one that you listen to at the grocery store.
Oh, no, that was the one. I thought that you were just outside, weren't you, talking?
It was outside, but it was still on my podcast.
Oh, God, it was on your podcast. Right.
You got to be sitting somewhere, right? You got to be sitting somewhere.
Yes.
When you're recording, but that was published on my podcast.
Oh, right. Yep.
And the interesting thing about that is at the end screen of that particular video, I added the link to my podcast. And actually, I noticed an increase in watch time to some of the other episodes that I have in that podcast.
Yep. And so that's it too. Like I've obviously got you on all, so your podcasts come up as well as your videos. It just your stuff comes up.
But at the very top of the description, they say YouTube automatically puts in the very top of the description podcast. You'll see that under the description. They automatically do that. So
okay.
I do love collabs, conversation with friends, or having people on my channel, but I only do collabs that make sense. Of course, yeah. But because I've had such a negative experience with them, I'm not going to say that it's all been negative, because I have certainly met some very wonderful people from doing collaborations, but the negative overshadow the positive. So I'm not going to be doing them very much anymore. What is the benefit, if there is one, of a podcast versus a long-form video? The benefit to Woman with a Pause is that people that want to be listening to your podcast only in their car, going to the gym, going grocery shopping, they're out on a walk, they're taking the dog for a walk, whatever the case might be, can listen to it versus having to see it, right? And not only that, but one other really important thing is that if you're using YouTube as your platform for the podcast, and then you want to promote the podcast on other platforms, you just upload it to your YouTube platform and you set it up so that YouTube will automatically send to those other platforms. You don't have to do nothing. YouTube does all the work for you.
Amazing.
That's
Hey, Lala. Yes, do you know what? Happy day. So it is an interesting one, isn't it? Because I've heard like Sean Cannell, has been really talking about like podcasts, they're really, people should start a podcast and stuff. But yeah, I mean,
See, like I'm looking at Lala, the High Vibe Coach Nutrition. Never seen your name before. So I'm just flying off the top of my head here,
that's
Lala.
okay. I know Lala.
Okay, I'm just flying off the top of my head here. So as a podcast, you can actually be sitting here like I am right now in front of the cam, and you can talk about all kinds of things, nutrition. You can talk about, vitamins and minerals and supplements and how those can, work well for you, maybe at different stages of your life. Like, let's say menopause. I don't know how old you are, but nutrition for people that are over 40 is a very important thing. So you can talk about all that just sitting right here, and somebody can be listening to that while they're at the gym, while they're at the grocery. I keep repeating that. Wherever they are, they don't have to be sitting they don't have to be sitting down to their computer or sitting on a bench looking at their phone, listening to you and watching you. It doesn't matter on a podcast if they can see you, as long as they can listen to what you're saying, right? That's the difference right there.
So do you think as well, because obviously sometimes when people are doing like podcasts, like even you'll be sitting at your computer, and so but then you're not worried about the visuals, right? You can just be sitting at your computer, or you can be standing up somewhere, whatever, right? Like you're just not that fussed. It's not the visual.
Yeah,
I'm
not doing a video log where I'm demonstrating how to, like, in the very near future, I'm going to be digging up some of my perennial plants. So I'm going to be digging up my chives. I'm going to be digging up my some of my ornamental grasses, and I'm going to actually do a demonstration and show them how they are going to propagate these, right?
Yeah,
so that to me, that's a video.
Yeah, it's a video.
People need to be watching me in order to see how it's done. So I'm going to break apart that chive plant. I'm going to show them the root system and blah, 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 blah. That wouldn't make a very good podcast. That's not for a podcast. Does that make any sense?
Absolutely, yeah.
That's for a video. Now, I have done a couple, and I learned this the hard way, of course. You can go through my podcast and you can see where there was one where I did a demonstration of the tripod that my daughter had got me, which is what actually got this whole YouTube channel started. She bought me a tripod, right? And so on the podcast, I did do a demonstration of the tripod because one of my viewers asked me. And that's what the podcast is. I started the podcast to answer my viewer questions.
Yeah.
So, but then after the fact, I got to thinking, oh yeah, okay, right. I shouldn't really be doing a demonstration on a podcast because somebody that's listening at the gym obviously can't see what I'm doing, anyway.
Yeah.
So so you make mistakes and you grow from them.
You do,
But going forward, a podcast is simply, you just sitting there talking. You're not showing them anything. You're just talking about a specific subject. So you could turn around also, Karen, and like this particular video today, your live video today, where you were talking about school and you were talking about why you don't do so this is a live, but you could turn around and do a podcast about that, and you can actually talk about it and reach a whole different audience with it.
Yeah. And so Jay said she's made podcast videos before, but they come as a video. Now she puts her long form videos over 1 hour as a podcast, so people know they can just listen to it as a podcast.
YouTube works for me. Oh, really? I didn't know that about sharing the podcast. Yeah. So if you, let me just see if I can find it. Hold on just a second. I'm going to go under, I want to go under my, YouTube Studio, and then I'm going to go under, I can't share my screen. I don't know how to do that, guys. So I'm just going to go under my content, and then I'm going to bring up podcast. And let's see, I'm going to go under one of my podcast videos, which is the last one. No, is it the last one? Oh, I better go to the next page. No? Fake engagement. Okay. They rank them based on, so I see what they've done. So they're ranking them based on views. So in my case, they're ranking them here in my dashboard on views. So now I'm under the video details. And if I show more, I go I click to the bottom, show more. Okay, shoot, it's not telling me that. Okay.
What are you looking for it to tell you?
I'm looking for the information about what they call RSV feed.
Oh, yes.
That's what I'm looking
for. Is it RSS feed or something?
Okay, so what it stands for is it's called Real Syndicate, Real Syndicate, RSV feed. Real Syndicate something, which means that when you use YouTube as your host, it's called a host, right? You host your podcast on YouTube. This Real Syndicate, if you're like, let's say for instance, you have an account with Spotify, or what are some of the other places that you can listen to podcasts? Karen, do you know of any?
Oh, like podcasts, are there like Spotify? Is there like Apple Podcast?
Okay, so Spotify and Apple. Let's say you have an account with Spotify and Apple, and you so you have a podcast on YouTube, and you have an account with Spotify and Apple. YouTube will then upload automatically. When you upload to the YouTube platform, it will automatically upload to Spotify and Apple Podcast.
Yep.
Automatically. You don't have to go into individual places and it saves you a ton of work. I don't happen to do anything on those platforms, but there's a lot of people that do, and there's a lot of people that are into podcasts. And if you do podcasts on those platforms, then just know that if you have it hosted on YouTube, then it's automatically going to be done for you, which is a huge time saver.
It is, yeah. Yeah.
So anyway, so she's thinking about doing her nutrition on a podcast.
Emotional eating series.
Yeah, so you don't need to, all you need to be doing is sitting here like I'm doing right now. You're looking at me, and if I wanted to, and actually I know a little bit about emotional eating.
I think a lot of us do.
Yeah, I think a lot of us do.
I think everybody does. Like literally the other day when someone was telling me about, like, you know, they've had to lose a lot of weight because they got a bit ill, but they've kept with their diet and everything. And I literally said to them, I'm like, you know, food is comfort, isn't it?
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like,
exactly. So that's why people, you know, go for the ice cream, or they'll start baking up a storm, or because they're going through some sort of an emotional stressing time, right? But no, so Lala says, okay, Case, no, it needs to be, no, it doesn't need to be a minimum of an hour. No, your podcast can be 30 minutes, can be 20 minutes, can be an hour. I mean, you have to think about your audience. Like my audience personally, you know, my watch time and my click-through rate tends to start going down if I go past 30 minutes. The sweet spot is usually,
think a lot of us, a lot of us.
Like people have busy lives, and I find that, you know, the maximum that I like to go is usually around 20 minutes. Now that video that I was talking about, where I talked about the fake engagement and sub for sub, I think it was like 32 or 28. I don't know what it was, but it was more than what I normally would go. But I was on a rant that day.
You're on a rant, I know. And you know what? When Rob was here before, I was dying to tease you both and say, oh, well, I'll take your your video and I'll take Rob's one. I'll put them into Poppy AI with your next one. Have you heard of Poppy AI?
Never.
Poppy Studio?
No.
Oh, it's weird. It's one of these ones where you can it's pretty evil, but this is what a lot of people are doing now. They're taking the transcripts of videos that have done really well, and you're just getting them a little bit rewritten. Like you want all the key bits. So I was dying to wait for the right time and thinking that's a bit dodgy saying something like that as a joke. I don't even have Poppy AI Studio because I don't know, but that's what a lot of people are doing.
Because you have to click on it. So Lala, you have to, when you upload your video. So when I first started my podcast, I already had a handful of videos, let's say 5 of them that were, so when you go to create a podcast, you have to give it a description like every other, even your playlist, you give it a description. Same with the podcast, you tell what it's about. And then it becomes that click down button when you upload videos. You see the click down button, which playlist do you want to put it in? Well, then I would put it in that playlist. So that's the other thing with me. Some of my videos, for instance, crossover. So I have one playlist that says, and this was actually a viewer request. They wanted me to create a playlist where they could watch all of my videos in one spot rather than hopping from this playlist to the other playlist to the other one. They wanted to go to one spot and watch it from day one to present. So that's what I did. It was almost my off-grid journey from the beginning till now, till present. And that's what I called it. So when I upload videos, every single one of my videos will obviously go in that one because any video I've ever made goes in that one, right? But it would go to my podcast one.
Okay.
Now, if the podcast happened to be talking about, I don't know, let's say something gardening related, so the podcast was something to do with gardening. It would go into the one that every video I ever create goes in. It would go into the podcast one, and then it would go into the one I call my gardening chronicles. So just because you make a video doesn't mean that you have to put it in one place. No, you want to put it in multiple places, especially if it crosses over, because if somebody's scrolling through your channel and they happen to see a playlist that they like, because you've talked about that specific aspect of it, it crosses into that one. So you want to put it there. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I did that after you talked to me about that. You just said, oh, you don't need to stick to one if they make sense to be in a few, because as you say, someone could click on a playlist.
No, it's not make a podcast playlist. No, you're making just a podcast.
That's exactly right. You're just making a
podcast. And when you upload the videos, you click on the arrow down. Let me just go in there right now so that I can talk about it. Okay, so I'm under my video details right now, and the button says playlist. So under my fake engagement and YouTube mistakes that hurt my channel, that's what the title of the video was called. I've put it in 3 different playlists. It's called Almost Off-Grid Grandma, My Journey So Far. The next one, Guided by Faith, Practical Living with Disabilities. So it went in there because obviously I must have talked about something to do with disabilities. And then it went into my podcast. Those are the 3.
That's right. So what it is, when we've got videos, posts, shorts, if you create a podcast like category of video, then you get podcast. Like at the moment, if you do lives, you'll get live, right? It's sitting at the top with all your categories, because you don't get that live tab. You don't get the live.
No, the podcast comes up under it comes up under the playlist, but beside the name of the podcast, it says podcast right there.
I guess
you can't see it. You can't see it until until you actually create it, and then it goes in that drop-down menu.
That's it. And I guess what I'm talking about is like, I see it across, like you'll see videos, shorts, live, posts. And if you've created podcasts and you've labeled them as such, then you get podcasts.
I'm going to go to my channel right now. And yes, so I do. So on the top of my channel, it says home, videos, podcast, playlist, and posts. So if I click on podcast, it's going to bring up that podcast. It's going to say that it's public. And I have 13 episodes in there. So view the full podcast. There they all are. I don't know what else to say about it. Under my podcast, I have my description. Welcome, very basic. Welcome to my podcast where I answer your questions about off-grid living, gardening, preserving your harvest, and self-sufficiency. I love hearing from you, so join the conversation by leaving comments and questions on the videos. Every now and then, I'll share my own thoughts, updates, and reflections about this journey we're on together. So this last podcast wasn't necessarily me answering viewer questions. It was that podcast episode was me sharing my thoughts and reflections about my YouTube journey. And then on the bottom of each of my descriptions, I have hashtags which say almost off-grid with Krista, podcast, off-grid living, gardening, self-sufficiency, and off-grid grandma, which is my channel name. So that's where you find it. At the top of your channel, and then somebody clicks on your channel, it'll say podcast up there.
Yeah, I'm just trying to. Can you see your channel on my screen, on the screen now?
Yes, I can.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to actually just go to. There we go. There we go.
Okay, podcast right there.
There we go.
Yeah. So if you click on
that's what I was talking about. You know, that you get it. If you do lives, you'll get a little live one here.
Right.
You know, there's your post. Yeah, let's click on that.
No, you got to click on podcast.
Yeah, exactly. I'm clicking on the podcasts. I just have to wait a second. It's just loading up, I think. I'll try something different.
So, Lala, you can definitely do lessons on podcasts for sure. So then there's 13 episodes there. Yeah. So there you have it.
Yep.
Oh, you just clicked on, you're just going to watch them all.
Yep. Okay. So basically, how do they
see, so I'm looking at yours. So if you click on that button right there, the episodes, 13 episodes.
Yep.
You click on that. Oh, okay. So it brings,
welcome to.
So that's
so there they are. Is that them there off to the right?
That's all of them right there. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. So that's your one there. That's your fairly recent.
So what it did was, so apparently under my podcast, I must have it listed, categorized as most popular. You see up there where
your most recent, or maybe is it?
It's not my most. It's not my most recent. It's my most popular. So I have it categorized by most popular, and that just means to YouTube. Most popular just means how many views did you get on that, right?
Yep.
There's the one right there.
There it is.
So it hasn't made the number one most popular yet. The one
739, but that's only 8 days ago. Right. Okay. That's gonna jump to the top.
Oh, it will definitely get to the top. And the thing about me when I'm doing any video, it doesn't matter if it's a podcast or whatever. In the back of my mind, when I'm doing videos, I always have evergreen in my brain, right? I don't do a video. I never ever put a title that has a date on it. I'll never do that. You'll never see a year on there. And I can't stand collaborations where they tell me that I need to put their collaboration hashtag in my title. My title is my title. Don't tell me what to do with my title. YouTube gives us a very small window of a title room. And if you're telling me that in order to be part of your collaboration, that I have to put your hashtag in my title, then already you're rubbing me the wrong way.
Yeah, definitely. Amazing. Look, this is some really nice feedback. That's really nice, Lala. Yeah, I mean, Krista's given us some good tea. But
And,
here she goes. She goes. Yeah. So
Karen wasn't even expecting me to be here today.
No, but we were having fun. We are having fun. It won't show a podcast tab unless you have podcasts.
Right.
Exactly right. Just the same way with lives or posts.
Right. So, at the bottom, when you're uploading a video, it will ask you create new or whatever the case is. Like you want to create a video, or you want to create a podcast. That's what you're looking for.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and I'm pretty sure that there's probably a video or two on YouTube, how to create a podcast, how to start a podcast. Just, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Woman with a pause. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you, Dawn. All right. Are we all talked out now? Have we talked everyone's ears off?
I am talked out. Did you say goodbye?
Oh no, I'm just saying, should we say goodbye now?
Well, I think you were, I don't know. You were saying, I'm going to say goodbye.
Yeah. We can say goodbye. Never had this.
I'm going to get off here. It's not so early here anymore. It's like 8:30, 8:40. And obviously look at my hair. I got to go start my day and get dressed. And, I jumped on here, guys. And it was like, I don't know, 6:50 or 7 a.m. or something.
I know it's got light.
Exactly. And you can see how bad my hairdo is. Look, it's sticking up.
You know what? Okay. I've got to literally, Jace and Lala, we were like, I started this, like my first solo one tonight. The internet actually just crashed in the house for some strange reason. And anyway, then it was like really embarrassed. I was really gutted. I didn't want to come on after the second time. Like, my husband and my son are just watching Netflix. No one else is on the thing. I've got the Ethernet cord hardwired plugged in. Never had the Wi-Fi like go down or whatever. But anyway, then we're chatting. Krista comes on. And then someone mentions, was it you, Krista, that said that you've jumped onto one before someone's put a link in? Did you into the comments or something?
Right. Yeah.
So then I thought, let's see if I can do this. And so then I'm like tooling around and I see the invite people and I go, might just copy and put it in there. Peter jumps in, Krista jumps in, and then here we are. Yeah, I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful.
And that's the neat thing I think about having lives. I mean, I think having a topic, you can start off with a topic.
Yes.
And you can, around the table, continue on with that topic.
Yes.
But I think actually just this is just my own personal take. And I have been to a few of your lives now, at least for when I jumped on your lives, and I've at least been here for at least a minimum of an hour. Right. What I find is that when there's 4 and 5 people on the panel, to me, a panel of guests like that is a very specific topic versus a casual live. You start the live off with a topic in your mind, and then you say to whoever's coming onto your live, like all these ladies and gentlemen have today, this morning, if anybody's interested in jumping up here with me, here's the link. And all of a sudden, Peter jumps up.
You're right. He
starts talking about some of his challenges that he's had. And based on Peter talking about chronic fatigue syndrome, which I happen to go through, that just made me jump on looking like this mess.
I love it. I really love it. And I have to say too, I'm really, I don't know if you know, sounds awful, but the desperate housewife, Bethany Frankel, I quite like her sassy personality. I can't take too much of her, but what I love is that on TikTok, she's just so real. You know what I mean? Like she's just anywhere she can squeeze her. When she's got a thought, she'll take a TikTok. So I don't know, just when people are real, it makes you feel like it's really okay to be real, and it just makes one feel very comfortable. So honestly, you've really turned around me just feeling like a frickin' old moldy mashed banana in the bottom of a school bag. You know what I mean? At the end of that's been there all week. I just felt like
That's
so
quite an
bad.
analogy. That's quite an analogy. I love
It's
that.
an analogy, an old moldy squashed banana. Exactly.
Well, we should do
Honestly.
more of these, Karen. I would love to do that.
Yeah,
Because
me too.
obviously more people that come on to a live,
Yes.
like Peter did,
Yes.
you can
Yes.
engage in different topics, and
Definitely.
I think that, you know, they're real life topics, but also you always, because we have channels, we always get around to talking about YouTube stuff, right?
Of
And
course we do. Yeah.
how, you know, what's affecting us and what,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And
I
the
do.
things that have affected me on YouTube, I always share with my audience, because if I've made a mistake, I want to share it so that someone else doesn't make that mistake, right? And
Definitely.
I think I'm the same person in real life as I am on YouTube, and people know that. I don't have to get you know, like you'll see some of my playlists and you can see where I'm wearing the same shirt. Well, that's because you know, I batch record it that day. And I'm not going to run in the house to change my shirt. That's not
I know, and do you know what? I love that. Literally, it really makes, and I love it when you say things and like then you start giggling and you go, you giggle and you just go, I'm not editing that out, guys. I'm just not editing that out. Like, I think I love it when you're on a roll on your batch records, because you're just quite relaxed and you're moving
Yeah.
to a different area of your garden, and there's a lot of
Yeah.
spontaneity, but also your personality comes out more, and just some funny natural things happen, which is really fun because it shows your sense of humor as well, you know?
Yeah, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. And I wouldn't have known that unless I would have started jumping in and doing some experiments, right? You
Totally
know,
right.
because I don't like it when this YouTube expert says, don't do this, or don't do a video on a
You'd
specific
never
day.
do one thing. You'd never do one thing if you hemmed yourself in like that, right?
Exactly. So that's why I started experimenting. Okay, I'm going to do a 5-minute video. I'm going to do a 15-minute video. I'll do a 30-minute video. I'll do it on the day that YouTube says this is the best day that most of your viewers are on, or I'll do it on a day that Krista picks, right? And I want to see the difference. I want to see what's what. So
Yep.
that particular experiment, I did better. I did better in the first 48 hours on the 3 batch videos that the day I picked. But over time, the 3 batch videos on the day that YouTube picked did better with watch hours than the day I picked. But what
Yep. And look what Jace has said.
Experiment. Oh, you said it on the video, Krista. I'm wearing the same top because I'm recording on the same day. I know. I know. And I'm not going to change. Exactly. So,
no.
But that's what I learned about those. But and I shared that on a recent video, that those batch recordings within the first 48 hours, my choice, my day pick was better than YouTube's choice, but long haul, YouTube's pick was better for watch hours, but my pick, the day I picked, was better for me getting new subscribers.
Yeah.
Like, I think I got probably, I'm just going to, off the top of my head, 20 new subscribers on the day I picked versus the day YouTube picked. I think I got 8.
Yeah, I know.
Even though I got more watch hours on the day YouTube picked, I felt better. Like, in my thinking, my way of thinking is I'm okay with the day I picked and less watch hours, because I actually gained more by having more subscribers that actually want to watch what I'm putting out.
Yep.
So long term, that's going to be better. I don't know what that means. I subscribed.
We don't know what that means, Lala. You subscribed 4 times.
But just because just because you subscribe doesn't mean that everything that you do on your channel is going to be of interest to me. And I'm just putting that out there. Like I am going to be real, and I am going to be blunt and honest about that. I am not a fitness person. I have a lot of physical disabilities that I need ankle replacements. I need knee replacements. I need a hip replacement. I've had 36 plus surgeries in my lifetime.
Gosh.
I do not walk. This is where they've put me under the knife. They've had to put me out in order to give me these surgeries. I can't walk for any length of time. Like, I'm lucky to be able to walk for maybe 15 or 20 minutes, Lala, before my sciatic nerve starts getting pinched. When I go grocery shopping, I can only stand in one place for a maximum of 15 or 20 minutes. And then my sciatic nerve starts, it's painful and it burns and it hurts me. So I get as much exercise as I can possibly get here on my little property and doing gardening and doing jobs and things like that. What works for other, but nutrition wise, I might certainly pick up some tips on that. As a matter of fact, I was actually talking to a friend of mine yesterday. I live on a very frugal, and this is topics that I talk about in my channel, so I certainly don't feel embarrassed to be talking about it here.
No.
I live on a very fixed income. I have a very frugal type of lifestyle that I have X amount of dollars to spend on food. And with all of these, the price increases literally since the, the pokey went into play back in 2020 or 2021, whenever that was. The prices of everything have gone absolutely crazy. I was telling my friend that over the course of the last year, I'm lacking big time in my nutritional value that I'm taking into my body. I'm not getting hardly any protein because
Right.
the meat prices have gone skyrocket here. For you to go and buy a steak in my country here in Canada, in Atlantic Canada, it's going to cost you $40. Well, a $40 steak, for me to drive from my location where I live, even to get to the grocery store and to get back home, it costs me $30 in gas.
Yeah.
Right? So
Are you saying like a really fancy steak or just a normal household steak that
just
if people are
steak,
having steak, you're not buying the best, you know what I mean?
like a bundle of ground hamburger like that, like is like this.
Yeah,
Now
ground beef
ground beef is costing us anywhere between 15 and $20.
for 500 grams or
Like this much. I don't know how much that is. Like it's
yeah.
maybe a pound. Is that
Yeah,
what's
like
a
maybe
pound?
500 grams, I think. Like, yeah, we pay something like 15 New Zealand dollars or something for 500 grams, but yours sounds more expensive.
Oh, so in other words, I need to find ways, and maybe Lala can help me with this. I don't even know if she's still in the room, but I'm going to have to be really focusing, especially going into the winter, because in the winter time here in Canada, our prices for produce and things like that they skyrocket. And I need to be focusing on how do I incorporate more protein into my diet without actually eating meat, right?
Yeah.
I need to, and that's not something that I'm used to,
No.
but over the course of the last year, I found that my grocery habits have had to change considerably, and because of it, my body is lacking vital nutrients, minerals, and nutrients. I don't know if you can see behind me here, over here. I got an early birthday gift from my daughter, and she sent me a small little hydroponic system, a grow system.
Okay.
So I'm going to be able to actually grow my own lettuce and grow my own veggies in the house here this winter, which is really, really cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's really, really cool.
Okay, so she's going to do a podcast. Right on. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't do aerobics. But I can do some, it really feels good for my spine to do stretching. I don't do well when I'm sitting. If I'm sitting down on a bench, and I do have a gardening bench, if I'm sitting down and I bend from the bench, it's more painful for me than if I'm standing up and I actually bend. Does that make sense? And that's because in my disc, I have, from the car accident, I have up here in my neck, I have compressed discs in my neck. And at the very bottom of my spine, again, I have a bulging disc and compression that's taken place there. And if I overactivate it, it triggers the sciatic nerve in my left leg. And it's really painful and I can't even walk. I can't stand. And the pain just gets higher and higher and higher. And if the pressure in my neck gets too much, I lose function in my right arm. I can't even hold a coffee cup. Yeah, so everybody deals with different things, right? I don't talk about a lot of those things on my own channel, and I mean, I'm not saying that I'm opposed to doing that. Just doesn't happen. It doesn't happen to be something that has come up, but I definitely am not opposed to talking about it. I think that I personally would like to go into this fall, and I was telling another friend that I would like to start doing lives. I would like to start doing lives with another person or two, like a group of us, where we can just have some fun and chat about this and chat about that. And
chew the fat. Yeah.
Exactly. And so this was really nice. This actually just reinforces what I've already been thinking.
Absolutely. Absolutely, Krista. Yeah. And I've been trying to get you onto lives like for a long time.
For
and
about 3 or 4 months.
Yeah, exactly. But when we're doing them weekly, so it was just perfect. Do you know what too? This is just a really lovely story about how, sometimes things can start off a bit all wobbly and wonky, but you know what? You just hang in there because actually there's just nice people, like anyone coming onto your lives, if they're not trolls, they're friends, they're there to support and to be part of the conversation and everything. And, it's just about putting your ego to the side and going, okay, well, I feel like, all this stuff, but other people are just like, well, hey, don't just sit there and whine like a baby. Like, what do you just get on with it? You know what I mean? Like but then it's just turned into something really nice, like with Peter coming on and you coming on. And so,
Yeah, I'm not about whining. I'm not about, I don't speak French. No, I definitely do. I live in a French community, but I do not speak French. So I'm probably one of the only English speaking people that live on this street. Everybody else on my road, and I live 5 miles in the woods.
Wow.
Everybody else on this road speaks French and English. And so I'm the oddball here. Yeah. But anyway, that would be kind of cool. I used to actually years and years ago, Lala, I used to do chair yoga when I went to the YMCA when I lived in Ontario. And I found it very beneficial for me after my car accident. So I would go to this chair yoga with my walker when I couldn't walk after the car accident for 2 years. And anyway, I think that, Chase, that you do speak French, don't you? Yeah, not everybody in Canada speaks French. I'm one of them. But you know what? I think I passed my French class way back when I went to school, because I used to go in during my lunch breaks. I used to go in during my recess. I really wanted to learn. I really did. And I remember my teacher saying, you try so hard, and I'm so sorry, you just can't get it.
Yeah. Oh God.
I think I was but in Canada, French class is mandatory. You have to go to French class, and I could never get it, right? I just couldn't do it. And not everybody's good at languages, and I guess I'm one of them. So,
Yep. Yep.
you know,
Do you know what? That's pretty honest of the teacher too, eh? Not many teachers.
yeah,
I don't know if you'll get teachers these days. Here I am sounding like an old biddy. These days, I don't think you'd get a teacher that would say something like, "Oh, you just try so hard," because
yeah.
she doesn't sound nasty, you know. And she's just like, "Oh, it's a pity." What she's saying is, it's a pity that, you know, it is such a fight because, you know, you really want to, you know, make it happen. Yeah, Jace is saying French is hard.
Yes, it is hard. Anyway, it's hard for me. Now, granted, I can understand if you like as somebody's talking, I can pick up in their conversation some words. But here in my neck of the woods in Atlantic Canada, they speak a lot of what they call Acadian French. And Acadian French is a mixture of French and English mixed together. It's kind of like Louisiana French. Acadian French. Do you know what I mean, Chase? I'll have to wait and see. I'd like her
Is it
comments.
Arcadian? Is that the word? Arcadian.
Acadian.
Arcadian.
AC Acadian. How do you spell ACDIAN?
Okay, Acadian.
Yes, Acadian French.
Just like what you said, Acadian. Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, and you're right. The teacher, I mean, it was like week after week, like probably out of a school week that was 5 days long, 3 of those days I was showing up during lunch break and recesses. And our recess break was only 15 minutes, right? And our lunch was like about an hour. So you have a student that really, really wants to learn, and they're coming in that much week after week after week, and they're still not picking it up. Well, anyway, she
That's a
obviously,
shame. Yeah.
what did she say?
Cameroonian.
Have piggins.
Pigeons? Is it pigeons? Is it? Maybe. Pigeons, a mix of English and their language.
Anyway, Acadian French. It's called Acadian French, and Acadian French, they mix French with English. And if you know a little bit of history, about Atlantic Canada, way back, the French came over from France, obviously, and they settled in what's now considered Quebec, the province of Quebec. But they were also in New Brunswick. They were also in Nova Scotia. They were in Newfoundland, and for whatever reason, there was big arguments and big fights and wars and everything. And whoever took over the region at the time, which I think was the British rounded up all the French-speaking people, and they put them on a ship and they shipped them to the United States, and they ended up in Louisiana.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why in Louisiana, the United States, there's all kinds of Acadian French-speaking people there.
Mm. Interesting.
Their heritage was originally from Canada.
Yeah. She's saying that was just an example, but yeah, amazing. All right. On that beautiful, beautiful note, thank you, Jace. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Lala.
Yeah.
And and we'll do this again, Krista. Like I'm literally at the moment with all this talk about live streams and stuff, and everyone just sort of doing a bit more like just jumping on, and then let's just take it. I'm just thinking at least do this once a week or whatever, like maybe on a Wednesday or something. I don't know. If it's Thursday for me, it's probably Wednesday for you. Is it Wednesday or is it Thursday for you?
It really depends on your time, right? It depends on your time.
Yeah.
Obviously, your evening is my morning.
Yeah.
Right? So, bye, Chase. So
see you, Jace.
I think if it's best for you to do it in the evenings, because you obviously have a day job and whatnot, then that would be early in my morning. But so I can't remember when I first jumped onto your live. It was around 7 a.m. What time is it there right now?
It's probably like 11-ish, or
Okay.
it's
So
12 actually. It's 12. It's 12.
Okay, so for me it's 9 a.m. here right now. So if I jumped on your live 2 hours ago, it would have been 10 your time.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you're a night person but you obviously are at a little bit of a disadvantage because you have a bunch of friends and viewers that are from the United States, right? And obviously from Canada, me from Canada. Sorry, Karen.
No, that's all right.
Which is obviously not on your same time zone.
Do you know what though? Yeah, but I think that I think, you just got to like pick times and just roll with it, right? You know what I mean? Because
that's all you can do.
And do you know what else too? People are living their lives, and they're just, when they can and feel like it, they'll be on YouTube and pop in and on people's lives and stuff.
And I
it's all good. It's all good.
I honestly think that, and I have seen and I've heard actually some people that do a lot of lives, that it's really difficult to schedule everybody's times.
Of course
it's really difficult, right? So doing a live like this, I mean, maybe you still do want to do scheduled panels and things like that. I find it really hard to wrap my head around everybody on the panel. It's a lot of people, right? 5, 6 people. It's a lot of people. Whereas you do a pop-up live like this whenever suits your life and your schedule. And then whoever's
around,
who's ever around. And I've been able to spend 2 hours with you this morning.
That might not pop-up live,
that might not be the case next week. I might not be able to spend, you know what I'm saying?
Totally right. I do.
So a pop-up live is ideal. And if I'm there, I'm there. If I'm not, I'm not. And I don't know how many people that you can host at one time. Good morning, Paula.
Hello, Paula.
She's looking at me for the first time. Look at this shaggy looking mess. And it is getting brighter in here. I got to get off so that I got to go get my hair brushed and washed up and my teeth brushed and get my day started. I started in the dark with 1 cup of coffee. I don't know how to close this. How do I close it?
Well, I can close it for us. So, Paula, I will see you on all our little chatsy things. Thank you for popping in. We are at the end of...
I'm going to say bye, guys.
Yes, we're going to say bye. Bye, Paula. See you soon. Bye, Krista.
Bye. Thanks.
Bye.